people just press the buttons and really take action in these things. And so with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, I want to welcome you all to the Hello LLC. If you don't know, Hello stands for Helping Entrepreneurs Leverage Leading Edge Optimizations. And today we are talking about how to harness AI and VR to revolutionize customer engagement. And if you guys don't know, also on Wednesdays, we have our emotional mastery for business leaders, elevate your performance, tomorrow at 4:30 Central Standard, at 4:30 Eastern Standard Time as well. And then definitely you do not want to miss the Thursday Hello Pivot, where we're going to have an amazing grand opening book launch with Miss Crystal Bay, Emerges, The Rise of Crystal Phoenix, her book launch at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And you guys can come right into the Hello Plaza as you see me now, and you will be able to come and listen to her amazing story and her sharing her story of domestic violence and how she's overcame that. And now she's thriving and taking names and kicking butt. And we're so excited to have her join us in the Hello Plaza so she can be able to showcase her story. And look, as we talk about today, right, about the actual, facts and stats and case studies, I want to share this story with you guys real quick. That when we talk about AI, we talk about this human intelligence that enhances us, that doesn't hinder us, that offers innovation and personalization and more of an experience. When I was a C-level executive for a company, I took 500 flights in 4 years. And I had the opportunity to get in first class a lot, okay? A lot. Like I could book a regular flight and I would somehow get upgraded if the seats were available, and I'd be the first one on the list. So I would be that guy that you definitely did not like. And I share this because when I got in first class, this was an experience that was personalized to me. This was an experience that I was able to get my own comfortable seat, all these things, the coffee, the water, the drinks, all of this stuff, I was able to get personalized for me. And that was such a great experience that even when I didn't get first class and I would have to go back to the regular, I would be upset. I would be in some type of way because I didn't get that personalized, experience. And I share that story not to brag or be boastful, right? I share that story because that's where we are right now with AI. That AI allows us to elevate. AI allows us to create this brand new experience and have this experience that is just meant for us. And so when we talk about AI, when we talk about VR, I want you all to understand that this is the future. And that when we talk about AI, right? AI, automatic, right? Artificial intelligence. I encourage you guys all to remember that this is nothing more than, us being able to augment the way that we do life. It is nothing more than to augment the way that we, are able to communicate with each other. And even more importantly, especially when we talk about AI, right? Or VR, VR is creating a completely different experience that we could not experience in any other environment, where you can ride around in golf carts and do all these crazy things and be just as if we're sitting next to each other. And so this is where we share with people that, we have to understand that AI is nothing more than what we already went through. When we talk about cash registers back in the day, and we then all of a sudden flip from cash to now cards. If some of these places now, they don't even much take cash. When we talk about customer service, remember when you used to go to the store and there used to be a whole bunch of lines with people actually cashing you out? Well, now you got the, self-checkout that now is nothing more than AI. Remember when you used to go on, a field trip, or you used to go on a family vacation and you had to go get this camera that you used to spin, right? And you got 30 clicks and your little sister, your little brother would do just crazy stuff and just take pictures and waste the pictures, right? We don't need that anymore. Now you have your camera where you can be able to have these phones, and you don't have to wait for your pictures 3 to 4 days. Go to Walgreens, right? Get the pictures developed and all this stuff. $20 to get pictures developed. I mean, this is just crazy in itself. And then, when we talk about maps, when I first got out of college, oh my God, I got with a company called Cbion, and I had to go door to door. And for you to go to some of these places, you had to get the key map, or you had to get not the key map. They had the Google Maps. I'm not that damn old. You had to get the actual key maps, right? The MapQuest, and you had to drive while reading this map at the same time and doing all the stuff, where now it's literally on your phone, where it tells you exactly where to go. When we talk about, scheduled TV programming, Friday night, TGIF, right? You had to watch that at that time, or that was it. You weren't getting enough time. Weren't no reruns. Where now there's personalized streaming. We're able to personalize our streaming, which is why I share with you guys now. Now is the best time ever to start your business, to be able to have a lifestyle business, because people want to see who you are. And you all are a story. You all have something that people are entertained by and that people want information by, right? And then if we just go to just the normal, just architecture, go to a farmer right now and say, hey, put up all this precision architectural work that you have, put up all this farm equipment that you have, and go back to the old ways you used to do farming. They look at you crazy, right? Our education system has went from classroom settings to AI learning platforms, where a lot of you have gotten your master's or your degree because of online. That's nothing more than AI, right? When we talk about manufacturing assembly, there used to be the old assembly lines at the Ford and all these other, actual markets. Now you literally have it to where you have smart factories. Mercedes-Benz just announced that they're about to come out with a whole fleet of robots, okay, for their manufacturing. When we talk about banks used to be a physical location that you used to go in on Friday, stand in the line, put in your check, right? Talk to the banker, all this other stuff. I remember get the lollipop, right? I remember that. Going to the bank and getting the lollipops was the best. And so now there is no more banks. Now you go to the bank, you got to go into a little kiosk and talk to somebody else that's in a different part of the world. Talk to our transportation. We went from horses to cars to now your car is dang near driving itself. And sometimes some people not making it with the driving the car, right? Well, this is another story for another day. When we talk about, traveling the world, people always ask us all the time, well, how is it, David? You don't know no Spanish? I know I don't know no Spanish. I know somebody that does know Spanish. And if need be, guess what? I can pull out my phone and I can say, sí, speak, right? And they can speak into my Google Translate, and we can communicate just that way. It used to not be that way. Go to Thailand, go anywhere around the world and not know the language. You are fresh out of luck. Where now you just can press the button and you can go anywhere. And, one of the biggest things that a lot of people are not aware of, when we talk about this AI and new technology, I want you all to be aware of this thing called our healthcare system. Our healthcare system is utilizing AI like no other. Oh, the AI is the mark of the beast. I don't need none of that stuff. I don't believe in that. Stop getting x-rays. Don't go get an MRI. Period. Don't allow your doctor to work 12, 15-hour shifts and him take a look at your chart and diagnose you with all that trauma, all that stress, and then tell you something when that chart is now done by AI that can literally put it against the stats, the facts, and give you the right information. And so this is where I want to share with you guys all that times are changing, things are changing, and you have to be able to change as well. But just like in anything in life, right? If you're unwilling to make that shift, if you're unwilling to, be responsible of how you're showing up and really be aware of how you should change, then you're going to be in a world of trouble. And so that's what we wanted to bring to you guys, forefront. And even more so, you guys know us, facts over your feelings. that, 84% of customers value the experience a company provides as highly as its products or services. And I share that with you because a lot of you are creating a massacre experience for your clients. As I shared earlier, booking an appointment with you alone, trying to buy your products, you needing to be there to, have people purchase from you. You're making the experience harder on yourself than right now a confused mind will say no. And so often I see business owners that are making it so confusing because they want control of how they get their money when they need to understand people aren't doing the belly to belly. Hey, let me sit down with you for 3-4 hours. People are picking stuff, buying stuff because they have the information right there front and center. And why aren't you doing those things? And even more importantly, going globally with these things, especially understanding another fact that augmented reality will add $1.5 trillion to the global economy by 2030. So when people put their nose up and smirk at the Hello LLC, that we're talking about the metaverse, we're talking about the VR, we're talking about this Web3, and they're saying, oh, these guys are cute and adorable, that will never work. I'm here to let you know it's already been working for multiple companies that have already implemented their business into this metaverse. And it's not something that's cute and adorable and, oh, it might, it can, it will. No, it has, to where we have to understand that this is going to, really take us to be able to have better customer service, right? This is going to be able to allow us to be able to have a navigation of everything, of everywhere, and be able to get, this actual information from entertainment, all of that. And so, before we open this up, Tara, I would love for you to add on to this. If you guys don't know, we are live right now in the metaverse. You guys can go into Instagram and watch us live. You guys can go into LinkedIn, watch us live. You guys can go to YouTube, watch us live. You guys can go to X's Spaces, watch us live. We just don't talk about going, on all of these platforms. We actually do it, which is why we share with you guys all. You have to be able to expand your brand. And this, my friends, is a completely different way to showcase your business, your brand, with you and without you. And the biggest piece, and I'll stop with this. Imagine you being able to have a storefront that's attached to your wall in your office space. Let me let that sit. Imagine you being able to have a physical
time I check, they only give one person those codes, maybe a couple of people those codes, and it's not us. It's for sure not us. And so, I think the biggest thing that happens is we tend to have a bit of fear, and fear then stops us. So, the biggest thing that I would share, maybe a couple of people those codes, and it's not us, it's for sure not us. Oh, there's a reverb.
You gotta put your,
I think the biggest thing that
put yours on mute.
is we tend to have a bit of fear, and fear then stops us. So, the biggest thing that I would share, maybe a couple of people those codes, and it's not us. David, that's on your end. There's a reverb.
You gotta put your,
I think the biggest thing that
put yours on mute.
is I'm on mute on all ends. To have a bit
Hold
of
on.
fear, and fear then that's what we were. Sorry, guys, we have multiple technologies open. So essentially, at the end of the day, guys, David, that's on your end. Action and pushing the button and discovering more, writing down. There's a lot of times I'm on mute on all ends. AI tools that somebody will be using. I just saw one the other day. Sorry, guys, we have multiple technologies open. So essentially, at the end of the day, guys, David, that's on your end. That's really cool. Well, they writing down the AI software that they're using down in the corner, and I was like, oh, I went out and checked it out. That's how we learn. It's just seeing something that's cool that you like, how they do that, and then you go out to your internet and type in and Google, and off you go. It's just getting curious. And a lot of times, I think as kids, we were not always, what's the word? Encouraged to be curious, because curiosity it produced questions. It produced internet curiosity. We wanted to go and off you go. It's just getting curious. A lot of times we wanted to do things, right? I think at the end of the day, that's what happens. Is a simple fact of that curiosity really, really, really is a great thing to harness, and we got to break through the times that we've been taught not to be curious. So let's move this mic around, so that way anybody who is in here, you're more than welcome to share who you are, what you're up to. If you have any questions, if you have any comments on this space, it's all open. So, Miss Marilyn, are you there, my love? Do you want to jump in and have a conversation? Come on, my love.
Well, how you doing, Miss Tora? How you doing, Mr. David? And everybody else, how are y'all doing? I hope fine. I was listening. Very good point. I heard the lady that's a pastor that was talking about how she wanted get people her age to get ready for this AI. I'm not as old as you is, which is a good age, but I'm right behind. And I have that same issue. I'm in the early child care education. And just to get them on board with the AI is so hard. They don't got time, or it's scary, or they don't understand. But I would tell you, it's been nothing but a blessing for me. I've been in business over 26 years. It wasn't until now where my second business came out of my first business that it is really starting to take off. And I tell you, it's because I met David and Tora, and they helped put my systems in place. And I can't push that button fast enough. Then people outside contacting me, putting those systems in place, knowing about AI, GPT, and how to prompt them, right? It was amazing. They do amazing work for me. So I really commend you for learning this and want to engage others, because I'm doing the same thing. So the challenge it's a challenge, but I can say being under David and Tora leadership gave me the tools that I need. And when I can't explain it, I know where to prefer somebody to. And I really don't try to explain this AI, all of that. Only thing I can tell them, it works for me. Get in the space where somebody can really break it down to you. As I learned to stay in my own lane, but yet I'm gonna show you what got me where I'm at today. So I just wanted to say, keep on keeping on with your AI, because I love my AI. I'm gonna keep on using it. And I hear David drop the gem about Gemini. So I did pick up one. I know they already know it. I like this one named PI. Yeah, PI. AI, it don't seem to charge you. So I don't know that much about it. I just started using it yesterday. But I'm gonna land that plane right there, and everybody have a good evening. And matter of fact, I'm up here writing a letter right now. I just picked up a business partner. My second business has just picked up a partner, and it is due to having those systems in place that David and Tora showed me. So having that biz in a box, having just the push of a button and everything in the space, it makes you look more business and ready. I'm a little bit more ready than I'm pushing the buttons fast enough on the internet because I come from that like a one-on-one. Let's talk about it. So they'd rather call me than get online and push the button. So I'm having that challenge. And again, I'm going to land that plane right there. Thank you.
Yeah.
You're welcome, Miss Marilyn. Absolutely. You know, the beautiful thing about that is you're pushing the buttons. You guys, Miss Marilyn is, I think y'all are wonderful. Miss Marilyn is wonderful equally as well. She shares, she cares, and she's like, I don't know how I do it. Go talk to David and Tara. And I mean, why not? Really, guys, I'm going to be very frank. I don't know anything about early child care, anything. I'm not a specialist. I'm not an educator. I mean, I know how to be a kid. I know how to have fun, but I'm not the educator or the specialist behind it. I don't have, over 20 years in that realm. Miss Marilyn does. So my point being is, I don't walk around trying to be like an early child care specialist and be like, oh, I know that, and I know that. But what I do know is fundamentals. I know business. I know systems. I know contracts. I know those details. And a lot of times what happens and what like Miss Marilyn's speaking about is everybody here has a gift. A lot of times we're just missing the parts in between to get to the full journey or the end of the, wherever we think we're going or the first goal that we have, but we don't know how to get there because we don't know how to have the systems or the foundation in place. And that's, the beautiful thing about it is all of this technology at our fingertips allows us to be resourceful. Just like Miss Marilyn was talking about Pi. Pi is what she was talking about. Pi, AI, P-I-A-I. I was actually dabbling around in that one a couple of days ago too, Miss Marilyn, actually last week a little bit, and today some, and I really like it too. So I would encourage everybody to go check out Pi AI, P-I space AI. I bet it's pi.ai is the website too. The other one that I saw that I have not checked out that, you guys could absolutely, that's going to be very similar to Pi or ChatGPT is, I think it's Claude.ai. Don't butcher me if it's Clyde or Claude. I need to look that up. But I really like this Pi thing, this Pi AI. I've heard a lot of people talk about it. I even discovered by watching a TikTok the other day, a gentleman, he's a digital nomad. He used to be a chef, and now he travels the world with his family, his wife and his daughter. And he was talking about an AI tool that he utilizes that is a travel expert. So basically, if you want to know, like, if you want sushi where you're at, or if you want to, go to a ball game, or if you want to go to the theater, or if you want to, where's the local bar to go hang out, where's the, to karaoke, whatever you're up to wanting to do while you're traveling, this amazing AI tool will allow you to be able to, it's called Guide Geek, G-U-I-D-E, Geek, Guide Geek. And that's, you can utilize it. It doesn't have its own platform yet. It doesn't have its own app on its cell phone. It attaches to either your WhatsApp or your Facebook Messenger, or there's one other way to attach it. But you can go out. I was using it the other day when he talked about, because again, David and I are digital nomads. We travel around, and I was like, "Hey, where's the local golf courses here and where we are, close to where we are?" Got a whole list of them. And so my point being is, why not? We could, yes, all of us could go out to Google or Google Maps, and we can search, and we can, move the mouse around on the map, and click the information and dive in and go visit their website. Or we can use the power of AI to be able to assist us. So that way, you guys, I kind of like to liken it to the fact that it's an assistant. We all have an assistant. How many of us would love to, be able to say, okay, do this, do this, do this, do this, do this, and 30 minutes, an hour later, it comes back and says, all right, here's this result, this is done, I wrote this email, I sent this text message, I did this. That is what technology is doing for us these days. And it really allows a lot of us who feel like we're strung too thin because of life. We're trying to do everything and be everything to everyone. It allows us to stop, take a break, be able to work smarter, not harder, and to curate the message we want to share with the public, like Miss Capitoria and being in ministry, that allows her, like David was sharing earlier, and like she was sharing, to curate her sermons to where she's able to, dive in a little deeper, and maybe she doesn't have to flip through, pages of the Bible or whatever she's referencing to go find that information. I'm going to be very frank, most people who are in ministry know the Bible front to back by heart or pretty close there. But it allows you to kind of say, that Proverbs verse or whatever, that you're looking for, and bring that up. And then the really cool thing is to dive in for it to be able to give you maybe a breakdown. Because I'm going to be very frank, when you read some of the language, because we're not trained in the language of an older language, the old English language, and kind of some of Latin and things like that, there are words that we're just utilizing the Bible right now that you might not understand. You might read a verse and be like, I'm lost. I understand what I read, but I can't articulate it. And the cool thing about now is that I haven't even dove in, but I'm sure there's a multitude of AI tools, if not being built, that are curated especially towards that, and in that realm. And so and I'm just using that just because we were at Miss Capitoria Capitoria, let me slow down with my words here, Tara, was sharing that earlier. And so I bring that up as a valid example of how we really can save some brain power, and allow that brain power to be redistributed elsewhere. I'll say this, guys. We are always on the go of human doing. Do. I gotta do this, I gotta do that, I gotta do this. My to-do list is growing longer. Oh no, I gotta do that. We all know that, right? And we're moving into a time of being more as a human being, to where we can relax. We can stop and smell the roses. We don't have a laundry list of to-do things, because we will be able to utilize the power of technology to help redistribute those gotta do. Because what happens when we're constantly in a gotta do state means we're constantly in a high stress state. And high stress, it's not the most wonderful thing for us to be in for our health overall. High stress creates, an unequal, unbalanced health within you, and it also creates unbalanced within your communications, and it spirals, right? And so as we take back more of our serenity, as I'd like to call it, in our breathable moments, we can insert technology to be able to assist us. And again, like we were sharing earlier, we are live right now in the metaverse, and you're able to jump in right now and see where on any of our social media channels. You can jump out to Facebook. We're on LinkedIn, both the audio side and the visual side. We're also on YouTube. You can go out to the Hello LLC YouTube, and you can literally see David, walking around our plaza right now, that hosts a whole bunch of things. But this is exactly like what we were speaking about earlier, is now we can host our events in here. And that's something David and I are really honing in on to help people not only be able to get their message to the local community, but to grow their community into a worldwide community, to where at that point you're having conversations and somebody in the UK, somebody in New Zealand, somebody in Japan, somebody all around the world is listening to you because they just jumped in, found your space interesting, and they love the message you're sharing. And so that's the beauty of what technology brings to us, is that we are now able to be a global community instead of just a local community. And our global community is just as important and just has it has the same importance and the same mechanics as a local community, right? It is people who need some guidance or might have some expertise that they can lend some guidance. And guys, I'm telling you, we all have a gift in this world. We all have a gift of something in this world to share. And just because somebody else, there's tons of people out there that are in metaverse and that do metaverse, events and build, things within the AI and all of this Web3 spectrum. There's tons of people. But at the end of the day, some people might not resonate with other people. And so that's why you need to show up in your space and share that knowledge, because at the end of the day, we are powerful together and not so powerful when we're split apart. And that's kind of where we're coming from. We've really been pulled apart and not been building together and collaborating together. And Web3 is going to allow us to do just that. It's going to allow us to build, collaborate, and celebrate together. And just like, for instance, this week, we have Miss Crystal Bay's book launch, and she's over here with us right now on our LinkedIn side. And something that when she was getting ready to launch her book, things that she was looking at was, I could do it in a physical location, like a Barnes and Noble or something to that effect, or I could utilize Web3. And she made the choice to utilize Web3 because of the reach that she wanted to make sure she could, impact others with her book and what it's, what she is advocating for and what the book shares. And so I share that, guys, because at the end of the day, thanks, Jacob, for jumping on. I see you. He just went over to YouTube to see us, on the metaverse side. So thank you so much, Jacob. Just appreciate you pushing buttons and going and checking it out. And that's all it is, guys. It's just going to go check it out. If you want to jump in this and walk around yourself, you guys can jump in this actual world that David's in right now. It's called Our Hello Plaza, or The Hello Plaza. It's not called R, but it's called The Hello Plaza. You could go out to thehellolc.io. And there is a link towards the top of the button that says visit us in metaverse, visit us in the Hello Plaza. You click that link and it'll drop you right in as an avatar. And it's no different than pushing buttons to get into these spaces that we're in right now, like the Clubhouse or LinkedIn or any of these spaces. And so again, guys, it's just pushing buttons. You don't have the nuclear codes. You're not going to blow anybody up. And so we appreciate you guys just getting in here and pushing buttons. So thanks, Miss Marilyn, for jumping in. Jacob, are you there? I know you just jumped in, but I'm about to open up the mic to you and have you share if you were here, my friend.
Yeah. Hey, Tara. Hey, David. Can you guys hear me all right?
I love it, Jacob. You're a little low. I can't hear you. I don't know if you're kind of away from the mic, but I love it. Well, what do you think of the metaverse, sir?
All right. Can you hear me all right now?
Awesome. Loud and clear.
Okay, cool. Well, yeah, loving it. I've been following you guys for a bit. I love what you're doing, and I love the inspiration. Tara, I think we connected. Remember, I asked you, I was like, wait, how are you? You were in the room with David, like coming back from Mexico. And I'm like, how come I'm looking at Clubhouse and I hear this woman's voice coming from David's icon, and I'm looking at David's face. So I think that was a couple weeks ago when we first connected. And
yes, sir.
I love your energy. I love what you guys are doing. And I love how you and David, like today, he's just so authentic and real, keep it real. And this is an inspiration, and I'm excited to think about moving forward, taking brands and businesses to a place where they are simulcasting, they are having, like, I love what you're doing with the Hello LLC to build this, like, the space. I think the last time I remember you speaking, it's like, well, we've got one business over here, we've got our friend's business over here, and we've got our other friend's business. Like, it's, you built out the plaza, right? You built that idea of like retail and in the digital metaverse space and being able to create what we want in the metaverse. It's really inspiring. So loving what you guys are doing.
Yeah.
Go ahead, love.
Yeah, appreciate that, Jacob, brother. I appreciate that. And you're absolutely spot on. To where we all can bring our business into the metaverse. And this is a conversation that we had like 3 weeks ago. That your website is old. People will not be asking you for your website anymore. They will be asking you, what metaverse are you in? So I can go and see all the things that you're up to, because we continue to share with you guys all, these cell phones are your new pagers. Okay. Now hear me loud and clear. These cell phones are your new pagers. We've been utilizing, Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn since 2003, 2004. Okay. We're in 2024. It's time for the pivot. And so just as with anything, there's going to be reluctance. There's going to be fear, which fear, a lot of people says false evidence appearing real. Yes, I got you. But also fear, your ass cannot go buy it at a store. Fear is not something that you can get in a bottle and put it together. They don't manufacture it. There is nothing that they can create it. The only thing that creates fear is you. And fear is focused energy arranged to react. What are you focusing on? Rich people educate themselves. Broke people entertain themselves, right? I will say that again. Rich people educate themselves. Broke people entertain themselves. We have all this money for our hair, our clothes, our cars, all these gadgets and gadgets. But when it comes down to our business, oh, I don't know what you're talking about. When yet, we go to these banquets, we go to these outings, we come on Clubhouse, we come on LinkedIn, and we tell people, oh, I got this, I got that. And it's like, hold on, time out. We are making the pivot. Nike, Hyundai, Zara, Gucci, I can continue to go on, are already implementing the metaverse to where now, from a bigger business standpoint that you all should be looking at, that we're no longer small entrepreneurs. You need to get small out of your mind. Oh, I got this little thing going. No, ma'am. No, sir. You have just as much as an opportunity as Apple, Walmart, all of these guys. The playing field has been leveled. And if you haven't been paying attention, a lot of the economy is shifting as well to where these big brands aren't capturing 50, 60% of the marketplace right now. They're thankful if they get that, because there's so many other individuals that are out here creating, that are out here building, that are out here, providing better value, better products, and they're not heard about. And these companies are going to them and saying, hey, when you do your TikTok video or your YouTube video, how about you go ahead and put this can right here, and you just tell people to get this can. You got 10,000 followers, and we'll take that 10,000 followers, because your 10,000 followers, at least 5,000 of them buy. And I can spend this little bit of money to have you showcase this, other than me spending 5 million, 2 million, 3 million on a commercial that nobody's watching TV anymore. And now I'm spraying and praying, hoping that I can get 5,000 people to buy my product. And so this is where we share with you guys all, you really have to pivot your mindset and start strategically putting yourself in the right place to be able to capture this. And that's the benefit of the metaverse, where we move from this you do you, I'ma do me, let's see who gets to the top. This is literally where, as you guys know, we have our pivot membership, and you just heard Miss Marilyn talk, about, how she's able to utilize our pivot membership and come to us. She's now able to say, hey, come on down into the Hello Plaza and come check out my biz in a box that's right here. Miss Roberta Pacino, Al Pacino's sister, she's one of our pivot members, right? She's able to say, hey, come into the metaverse and come look at my art gallery. She's not having to go to her nearest restaurant and beg the restaurant owner to put her actual art stuff up, and hopefully it doesn't get messed up or it doesn't come up missing or anything of that sort. She's now able to showcase her art gallery around the world. Miss Crystal Bay is not going to have to go to Barnes and Noble in her local neighborhood, give them 30% of every book that she sells, and pay them from $500 to $5,000, depending on what the location is, including the hourly wage of the workers that work the time that she does her actual book launch. And let alone, especially for those of you that are authors and that are thinking about becoming authors, please do not go put your book on Amazon, okay? Amazon is eating your lunch, okay, with your profits in your book. Well, right now, that's the great thing about our biz in a box is, and especially with AI, people were so encouraged now to go out and write their books, because now they had an editing partner that they could go to ChatGPT, they could go to Gemini, they could write chapter by chapter and be done with the book in 5 hours. I've seen it done. And now you go put that book on Amazon, and Amazon is going to knock you upside the head 30 to 60% of your book. So if you got a $2.99 book out there, they're taking $1.40 from you. You got a lot of books to sell. Okay. If you got a paperback book, which a lot of authors and the experience mentality, the old mentality, I'm gonna call it what it is, especially knowing the facts, 54% of people only read one book a year. So you better hope your book is real good for that one book to get read. Why would you not have a digital copy of your book? Why would you not have an audio version of your book? Where literally right now, we're working with some authors, prime example, Shondi, where he's going to be able to have his book in an audio version. And instead of him selling his book, he's going to be able to have a private room that has private access, that people that buy his book, they can come and listen to his book. Ta-da! The average person is listening to 2 hours and 23 minutes of podcast or a book. You're driving. Not only that, a lot of you, check this out, hear me good. A lot of you are not watching movies anymore. Do you want to dedicate an hour, 2 hours to a movie? Hell no. You're going to TikTok, social media it up and forget that movie, or you're falling asleep. I know somebody that does that, right? And so this is where we really have to be, upfront and honest, as we talked about in a room earlier, of just being aware, emotional aware of how we show up. And I share this with you guys all because, I talk about this AI. I talk about this metaverse, but I too got stuck in that pattern, in that doing things the old way. In our Pivot membership, we have access, so we share with our Pivot members an AI tool that allows them to post on their social media, where it has Canva, it has HubSpot, it has all of these tools in one access, to where literally you can have it post on your Instagram, your story on Instagram, your Facebook, your LinkedIn, your Google SEO, your Pinterest, your TikTok, where it actually posts on your TikTok, and your actual YouTube all in one swipe. And me and Tara, or I found a tool. Tara found a better tool. She set it all up for me. I hate setting up stuff, which is why I share with you guys. Look, if you don't know how to do it, then get somebody that does know how to do it and bust a move, because you not doing it and you procrastinating to do it, you're setting yourself back. So Tara's my pivot membership. Okay. And there's other things that are paid out that are more than cash. Like, and so not that way. And so this is where we share with people, or this is where Tara shared with me, hey, love, I found this tool for you that, does all of this for you. And I used it, guys, for about 2 to 3 weeks. And my ass reverted back. I went back to posting 1-to-1. I was posting on LinkedIn. I was posting on TikTok. I was posting on Facebook. I was posting on, I wasn't posting on all the other ones that had advantage of, especially the Google SEO, right? And I wasn't posting on that. And Tara looked at me and she said, hey, look, I gave you a Ferrari that is sitting in the garage. And your ass is deciding to walk out the front door and actually walk to your destination when you have a Ferrari in the garage. Now, you can choose to continue to walk, David, or you can use this Ferrari. And yes, it's going to take you some time to learn it and to navigate it and to do all these things, but you know what it's going to cost you. And that in itself is technical debt at its finest, and more importantly, our emotions. More importantly, check this out, our traumas, our dramas that become patterns that then just become, who we are. And this is where we share with you guys all to make sure you're emotional aware of how you're showing up in life, and making sure that your energy, making sure that your frequency, making sure that your vibration is in line, as much as possible, so you can be aware of these things. Because as it was laid out to me elegantly earlier, is that, a lot of people, are masters at the pregame. But when that bell whistles and it's time to go, a lot of people not for it. And what I mean by that is a lot of people do a lot of talking during pregame, but when it's first quarter, second quarter, third quarter, fourth quarter, where are you at? What you doing? Are you starting strong and then finishing lazy? Where are you at? When it comes to that, because a lot of people talk, but not a lot of people walk. And this is where we have to be able to adjust. This is where we have to be able to not panic, right? This is where we have to be aware. And all of those are emotions at the end of the day. And so I encourage you guys all to, ask yourself and remind yourself, and something that I say all the time, Will Smith said it, and I'll never forget it. Will Smith said, everybody wants to go to heaven, but nobody's ready to die. And so this is where you really have to ask yourself, hey, man, where am I at? Especially now we're moving into Q2, right? You're on the second day of Q2. What'd you do Q1 that was different than Q4? What'd you do different in Q4 that you did, from now? And what are you going to do? Not just talk about it, but actually put some steps in place to get you to that. Because I can tell you right now, there's multiple people that we've shared, this opportunity with, and they get scared, which blows my mind, that, we talk, but we don't walk. And this right now is the time to walk, especially as we all are noticing times are changing, man. Things are going cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. People are going cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. And as I shared earlier that I was going to share later, right? A lot of the times we, as people that do have 9-to-5s, or have 9-to-5s and doing our side hustle, aka entrepreneurship, we have to remember that it is not our job's responsibility to keep us hired. Your job did not sign up for a nonprofit program. Your job signed up for a profit program. And if they can find something that's faster more reliable, easier, they're going to do it. Okay? Just like when the pandemic happened and you didn't need to go to the gym, you didn't need to go get your car washed, you dropped a whole bunch of stuff that you didn't need. Do not expect anything differently, because that is what is happening now, is that after the pandemic, these jobs are saying, hey, we're going to implement this AI. We're going to implement this robotics, and we're going to lower our workforce because we're tired of coffee creamer, pizza parties, HR issues, parking lots, overhead, all these things. Why would we not do this? And so a lot of the times, this is where we share with people, don't be that consumer entrepreneur. Really put on that entrepreneur hat and start leveraging your influence, because now it's easier than ever to start a business. And it's not even starting a business. You're seeing kids making income off of social media. And yet, this is also where I say, consumer entrepreneurs, are you consuming more than you're creating? And this is something that I shared earlier, and I'll continue to share. Go to this thing on your phone called Screen Time. If you got an Apple phone, Screen Time, once again, it's in your settings. And if you scroll on down past that setting button, right? You hit that settings. If I'm gonna do it with you, you'll see where it says focus, and you see a screen time in general. It's in the second box. You hit that screen time button, and right there, it's going to have your daily activity. And in that daily activity, below that graph, it says see all activity, my friends. And when you click that button, there ain't no excuses. There ain't no oops. Oh, I did this. I did that. It's going to tell you exactly what you did. Okay. And so this is where we share with you, are you creating or are you consuming as an entrepreneur, or as a side hustle, or starting your business or whatever? Because all it is copy, paste, drag, drop these days. And if you don't know, this is where you open up your mouth. This is where you open up your hand. This is where you open up your mind and learn these things and get out of those traumas of, oh boy, I'm not good at that technology. That's for those young folks. There are 75 and 80-year-olds that I was watching earlier that got a podcast, and they're podcasting it up. And this lady said, technology is not a number attached to it. A lot of the times it blows my mind that we too were kids. Like, you get the opportunity to be a kid at the fullest right now with utilizing this AI and this VR and this metaverse, where our asses were stuck on Mario Karts, Super Mario's, the duck hunting game, all of these. And yet we're like running away from it now, when we used to get our butt whooped for playing these games. And now you get to gamify your business and put it into the world, and we're not doing it. And so I just want to encourage you guys to just press the button. Neil, brother, what you got? Talk to us.
Oh my! So I have been on Clubhouse only since last time. The big change, David. Just into Raj Global's room, sleeping in his room, getting all this manifestation and coming up with ideas to create my empire through subconscious. Shout out to Raj. But David, you were way ahead of the curve. You're so way ahead of the curve that you were the first to the party. So I could just see where you and Tara are going to be in 10 years. It's very, very smart. It's very, very smart. It's very hard to educate people when they still don't understand social media, like all these different things. I'm so impressed with what you're doing, David. So I'm going to ask a question, then I want to kind of give some feedback and some other stuff I'm trying to do and connect and communicate through my number 4 celebrity podcast in the world, according to FeedSpot. I'm probably doing 30 to 40 podcasts a week. So I just said, well, I'll just jump on Clubhouse, after I did another live. But David, tell me how you're having this metaverse connection to this whole live stream using Clubhouse. I'm interested in the technology, if you'll give me a little taste of what you're doing.
Yeah, absolutely, brother. So, right now we're just putting all of this together, piecing it together to where right now we are just showcasing everybody the metaverse to where for your podcast, you literally can have people join you from their cell phone, from their laptop, from their iPad, and their VR headsets and come listen to a live podcast, come listen to a pre-recorded podcast. You could record a podcast and then host it live, right? In your actual metaverse room where you can have a live audience. And even more importantly, what we're using an app called StreamYard that allows us to now blast this out to LinkedIn, to TikTok, or not TikTok, or we could do TikTok, to YouTube and all these different channels that we want you guys to see it because you said something perfectly, right? We are ahead, and we've been ahead for quite some time, and we know that. But it's kind of like somebody that has in the 1930s watching or listening to the radio, and then all of a sudden the television comes up, and the person that has watched the television goes to the person that's only listened to the radio and is trying to explain to them the experience that they get from the television compared to the radio. You can't explain that. Really think about that. Try to explain that. You cannot explain to somebody the radio to what the television is because it's a different experience. And that is what the metaverse, that is what this VR, that is what, listen to me good, Web 3.0, as I share with people, what comes after 2, we're in Web 2, Web 3. So it's not some mystical fairy tale that David and Tara are coming up with. This is happening now to where now we can all come into this. I mean, literally Clubhouse gone, LinkedIn gone, YouTube still there, right? But these social audio rooms that we're in now are obsolete in T-minus 2 years, 3 years, especially if they continue to have the hiccups that they're having as people had when they were utilizing Facebook and Facebook went down. When people were utilizing, LinkedIn, we were going to do a room and the LinkedIn went down. And so this allows us to get to the decentralized of us having our own platform, TikTok or YouTube and Facebook, right? And Instagram, Neil, can't tell you that you can't put that up.
Yeah, exactly. And we're seeing the democratization of social media now where it doesn't matter how many followers you have. It's about the content you create. It's about how you find the audience, and it's about going out and creating. It's no longer you have millions and millions of followers. Oh, I don't have millions and millions of followers. I never can reach anybody. That's done. That's over. It's finished. And algorithms change so much that once you create your own home that people come to, kind of like the chat world, right? The blog world back in the day, or kind of like, let's say, the communities that are on websites that are not controlled by social media, you own them. So you're thinking exactly. So I was just trying to figure it out. So you're going live on StreamYard right now and Clubhouse at the same time, but does Clubhouse now connect to StreamYard? I didn't know that. I use Restream because I get 1080 4D quality, 4D quality video for all my shows. That's the reason I decided to go live stream, and it's been the best decision I made. It's helped my algorithms on platforms that I don't really perform well on perform even better. So I was just wondering that.
Yeah. So no, brother, we're actually me and Tara are tech gurus. We got phones coming out of everywhere. So we got a phone on Clubhouse. We got a phone, on LinkedIn, and then we have everything live on StreamYard that we're hosting everywhere else. And this is where we share with people, right? Is that the average, social media that people should have, especially businesses, is 6.6. So just say 6, 7 if you want to. And you said it because everyone's spread out. So we can go Clubhouse, Wisdom, Chatter, we can go, Spaces. You got LinkedIn. You have all these different audio rooms that you can go to, and they, keep a cap on them. Whereas now within Metaverse, like with Joshua here, that's over here on our LinkedIn. And hey, Jennifer, how you doing? Welcome you to. Thank you for showing up and being here. Is that, he does an amazing room. Joshua by far has the best LinkedIn room here on LinkedIn for sure, with just the entertainment and the music and all of that. Imagine him being able to put that in a 3D immersive environment. So, and he is collecting the community, and that's what we share with you guys all. It's now about collaboration. Collaboration is the new currency, and it's the energy that is the currency that we bring together to create this and bring people together to where we now can all learn and prosper together.
I get it. So you're doing almost 2 shows at once in a way, David, right?
Yeah. 3.
Okay. That's smart, because you're getting them all together and then lead them to a specific place. What I've learned in live streaming, and I'm live streaming probably 30 to 40 times a week. It's like I'm back in Clubhouse again, right? When I lived 17, 18 hours on there, and I would run rooms by myself for 5 hours on Club Pod. That's OG to the point. I'm just doing these lives, and I'm picking. So here's a quick tip for you guys, social media wise. When you do live streams, don't do them on your personal platforms. Do it on your business platforms. LinkedIn's a good way to get live stream. However, don't put it on platforms where you are really looking at the algorithm and the based amount of views. But you plug it into places like your business pages on Facebook, like your LinkedIn business pages, places that don't get it. The algorithm's going to help you increase your views. I even ran another YouTube channel when I've gone live, and it's helped my shorts on that platform grow. So you really have to evaluate what works and what doesn't work. I got something for you, David. Have you seen what's happened to TikTok? I don't know if it's just me. I'd average 300 to 400 views for all my clients posting on my one TikTok channel, Media Giant Marketing. Now it's down to 3 and 4 views the last 2 days. Has the algorithm changed? And then also what I'm doing is then I just posted a static photo and got 200 views. What's happening? Is TikTok doing what YouTube did with shorts? Just putting it out to the room if anyone knows.
I'll jump in on that because I do know. Actually, yes, their algorithm has changed. They are now promoting photos it's so backwards, guys. You're like, but
yeah, so I figured it out, but then there's no work to be done.
Yeah, they're promoting photos, and they're actually promoting the photo carousels. So if you have like multiple photos and you tell a story, so the first photo has a caption on it, the second image, and so on and so forth. The other, for video wise, TikTok wants you to start recording. So not vertical, your phone not vertical. They want horizontal like YouTube, and they want them over a minute. Because
oh my goodness. Okay.
Yeah.
Totally switching things up. How did you find that out, Tara? I just spotted it by my clients the last 2 days. I'm like, what the hell's happening?
Yeah. So I figured it out because I watch a couple of people on TikTok who specialize in the algorithm and actually work with TikTok like directly, so they can promote what TikTok wants in the algorithm. So TikTok literally partners with these creators on their platform to say, this is the guidelines that we want, that we're going to push the algorithm to. And so then those creators will come out, they'll share that information. They'll say, okay, guys, if you're getting low views, you need to be like a YouTube. You need to have your video like YouTube, so it's horizontal. It needs to be over a minute. If you're going to do photos, do photo carousels. But if you're going to do vertical videos like we're used to doing in TikTok, they're going to start, AKA shadow banning those. That's not the word they use, but that's what we know it as. And that's essentially what happens. So I clue into these people that are partnering and getting the information. And so, yeah, the moment you said that, I was like, I know exactly what's happening.
So that's stupid, because I rode the train, gave all my clients on my channel over 1,000 plus on TikTok, and now I'm like, okay, now I'll pull back the reins. And I was going to test it tonight by just saying, I'm just going to throw all my different things for my website as a photo, and I'll get 300 views. It's really stupid, and I'm going to tell you why. Because if you're going to try to do what Instagram's doing, you're going to get all the video creators going to say, I'm not the hell out of here. And I'm going to go right to YouTube. So I guess we should bury TikTok today. Kind of like it was Instagram. I think we should bury TikTok.
I would agree with you, Neil, because that's exactly what I thought. I was like, why are we mimicking Instagram and YouTube? But I figured it out from a marketing standpoint. I'll share my theory with you. But this is probably, they have their own theories again. Because TikTok is YouTube is owned by Google. So we know Google is the #1 SEO. We know YouTube is #2 SEO.
Yeah, totally.
TikTok is trying to compete with that. And so they think that if they go into the vertical format and mimic what YouTube is going to be doing or is doing, that they will be able to replace. And I will share, depending on what list of, who's in first, second, third place, some people have TikTok as the #2 search engine now. So I agree
but with
you,
TikTok
Neil,
costs leaking out of here and here, I wouldn't put my eggs in that basket.
Well, again, exactly, because of who knows what's going to happen on stateside. I mean, for us, like people like David and I, we're not stateside anymore. But yes, it's absolutely. And so it comes down to my theory on stateside anymore. But yes, it's absolutely. So it comes down to my theory on stateside anymore. Yeah, exactly. Yes,
we have about a year, so we don't have to worry. But
it comes down to my theory on stateside anymore. Yeah, exactly.
We have about a year, so we don't have to worry. But
it comes down to
I just think this is about the road.
Exactly.
We have about a year, so we don't have to worry. Here's my takeaway. I just think my take is that, okay, I always agree. We have about a year, so we don't have to worry. My take is that, okay, I always have using video AI. My take is that, I always have the content. I'm an agency now. Video AI myself now. I'm an agency now. I'm growing my leaps and bounds because no one wants to provide agency courses and agency anymore and really tailor things for clients now. But what's happening is when I'm doing these videos, agency courses and agency anymore and really tailor things for clients now. But what's happening is when I'm doing these videos, more of a story for minutes to 30 more minutes. Should you put a caption yourself or get a story because that's all I do. Like I do for YouTube, and I do the captions for Instagram, and I do the captions for Facebook business stuff.
Yeah, keep the captions. They want captions. And a little trick that they shared was if your content is already in 9:15, for anybody that doesn't know what that is, a vertical way of looking at your phone right now. You can literally just put that into a 10:9 so you have the big black gaps on the side. We all don't love it. I literally just put that into a table on the right.
Oh, so we're going to 16:9.
Yes.
Okay.
You have a
Oh,
bunch
so we're going
that
to
is in 9:16. You can just go it will not have a black bar by side under 16.
Why would they do that? Because it was not doing that. Why would they do that?
And competing for the eye. They're competing for our eye, and because YouTube competing for the eye. They want to be that market. They think they want eye. And so they think that choice on the algorithm side for the eye. They want to be that market. Want to get people for our eye.
So here's the thing: if they haven't been watching, you can. If you don't have search, you don't grow the YouTube channel anymore. And the long form, here's the thing: if they haven't been watching, who will have search if you don't grow the YouTube channel? This is a complete opposite. We're getting rid of the 9:15 completely. That's fine with me. I will test it, and I'll just start putting a bunch. But you know, and I know they've got TikTok pushes it out. That's fine with me. I will test it. Like YouTube used to before. There's no other platform. You know, and I know out there. TikTok's the only platform that everyone sees where the lights are. Now they've decided to change their algorithm right off the bat. Everyone sees where the lights are. Now they've decided to change their algorithm right off the bat. Everyone sees where the lights are. And especially their algorithm right It's almost a mistake on Instagram made when they decide we'll go back to carousel if we're doing video content for a while. That was almost a mistake on Instagram made when they decide we'll go back to carousel if we're doing video content. I think it's gonna backfire. That was almost a mistake.
Hey, you and I should be working at in marketing for TikTok. But, who are we apparently? So I agree. Hey, you and I should be working at
Yes. Thanks, Tara. Hey, Neil, great conversation. Give you a follow. We're number 4. I'm Jacob here. And so my question, hey, Neil, great conversation. Give you a follow. We're number 4. I'm Jacob here. And so my question, hey, Neil, great conversation. So I'm curious. So as a, let's say the question might be different if you were like depending on your brand and you're going omnipresent. But if I'm a solopreneur now, I like what Neil was saying on that point. Why wouldn't I just go 100% in on YouTube? I like and say, if I haven't even started, why wouldn't I just go and focus on, like David and Tara, for example, simulcasting on Facebook, Insta, and then using Clubhouse and using Twitter and LinkedIn, and just say Insta, and then using Clubhouse and using Twitter and LinkedIn, and just say Insta,
TikTok live. I am a Gary Vee fan. Where should I be on Pinterest or Facebook? Should I be on Instagram and LinkedIn? Should I be on Diet or Facebook? Should I be on Instagram? Because you never know where you're going to find your customers. Social media marketing, and this is where if you talk to a marketer in social media marketing, you never know where you're going to find your customers. Social media marketing, and the social media is social media marketing. You never know what they are buying. Social media marketing, and the social media is sales. So if you're talking about creating a freelance sales, so if you're talking about creating make them like you, love you, then figure out a way to drive. Make them like you, love you, then figure out a way next phase. The mistake people make is they don't look at brands. Tara and David, they put so much time and effort in Clubhouse and Facebook. Now they're putting in all these other things because they think they don't brand. So that when people go and find them, they'll say, wow, they're everywhere. They know because they think they don't brand. So that when people go and find them, they'll say, wow, they're everywhere. They know because they think they don't brand. So that when people go and find them, they'll say, wow, today, giving us because they think they don't brand.
You're hired, Nick. You're hired.
Exactly. Because you're
hired, Nick.
And that's exactly what I was going to say. Gary Vee says, get your butt on.
You're hired, Nick.
And that's exactly what I was going to say. People know where they are. Gary Vee says, get your butt on. I'll be there.
You're hired, Nick.
And that's exactly what I'm talking about. People know where they are. Gary Vee says, get your butt on. I'll be there. David and I did not mess with Twitter before it became X. We have an account, but we hardly ever posted on it. We hardly ever checked it. And I remember hearing Gary Vee talk about that, and because we were thinking about shutting it down because we never utilized it. We're never over there. We don't. Guys, today we had 11 people because we were thinking about listening to this conversation every year. 11 people never over there. Guys, today we had 11 people because we were thinking about listening to this conversation every year. 11 people never over there. AI, which is what really gets out on right now. The conversation itself. AI pushing emotion like this really. Oh no, everybody's nobody wants to talk about it. But that's what happens. So again, Jacob, put yourself everywhere. I like to use that emotion. So again, Jacob, put yourself everywhere. Link take me somewhere else to go discover. I'm just going to plug it there. Everywhere. Link take me somewhere else to go discover. I'm listed there. They're like, oh, there. You link take me somewhere else to go discover. about. And so they're like the devil. They're like, everything that's more else the right about. And so they're like the face of, we've got to be everywhere. Because guess what? Right? When you're everywhere, they're like the face of, we've got to be everywhere. Because guess what? Right? When you're everywhere, they're like the face of, we've got to be everywhere. If you are shopping for, and if you order companies that we all know we're going to read the reviews, we're going to go and if you order companies that we all know we're going to read the reviews, we're going to tap into and understand how these people did business, the more inclined we're going to check it out, right? Now you come along, you get the first three, and here you're going to check out the fourth business company, and they are not right. Instagram, now you come along, you get the first three, and here you're going to check out their business company, and they are not right. Instagram, and here you're going to check out their business company, and they are not right. Already just listen and go, well, they don't really have a presence. Now, we all know, because I dealt with this in the past, that those people are probably the first time now, but you all know, because I dealt how to get online, that those people are put, because we are in a society now where we want to know. I want to know what Jacob, I want to know that those people are put, because we are in a society now where we want to know. And the other David down there, I want to know what you all think about buying that. We are in a society, I want your personal opinions when you bought that, because then it'll sway if I'm going to purchase it. And that, I want your personal opinions when you bought that, because then it'll sway if I'm going to purchase it. It's not the soul, and that, it's the brand, is brand building, and because then it'll sway if I'm going to purchase it. They just, and that, it's the brand. I don't know what they're doing.
Hi guys.
I don't know what they're doing.
After 29 years old, I retired after professional wrestling very early, and now I'm making a comeback. I am looking to raise funds for a documentary, try to do like a Netflix series as a producer, and I'm also pitching the Road Warriors movie with Chris Mull. So I got to do like a Netflix. I decided to go serious with you guys after, and I'm also pitching the Road Warriors thing, even though that was my whole thing. So I decided if I can build it, they will come, guys. I'm just doing so many different things, different projects. But that's the thing is, how are you going to differentiate yourself from the competition? That's the bottom line. Do a competitive analysis to get off of this. But that's the thing. I say, who is my competitor? And how can I differentiate them? Well, let's say I want to take somebody off the mountaintop. I want to go after Alex Lindsay. I want to go after Gary Vee. The only way to differentiate them, let's say I want to take somebody, right? And I'm going to go ahead and wrestle with this card and go live Gary Vee. The only way to and then build an audience, a new audience, and I'm going to go ahead and wrestle with this card and go live Gary Vee. And then leap of faith, a quantum leap, I call it, which is created in the law of attraction, and say, I'm just going to do this. Not a day of a damn quantum leap, I call it, which is created in the law of attraction. So all right, you follow what I'm trying to do now. I'd love to have you on my podcast. We can talk because you are the web builders, and I'll have fun having this conversation. But I'm done. I'm just going to have it back here.
Brother, I greatly appreciate that, man. And when you first said it, I was like, oh no, he's dead serious. Oh no, he's serious. He's going to do it. So absolutely, brother. We're here to support you. And I hope you guys all give him a follow, what he's up to. And this is what we're here to support you, is that, you guys pressing the button. You just got to press the button and support each other, especially as we talk about TikTok, especially as we talk about YouTube. You guys drop your YouTube link and support each other, especially as we talk about TikTok, especially as we talk about YouTube. You guys drop your YouTube link a long time ago. I didn't continue, and I got swayed. I got Instagram and went long time ago, other platforms, and where I should continue. Just exactly all. But because of what I shared with you earlier, she will continue. Exactly all. But because of what I shared with you earlier, she will continue. Exactly all. But because of what I shared with you earlier, she will continue. By right? Revolutionizing, right? Or you or you how do you want to go? There's none of that. Say, hey, or you people want to how do you want to go? Don't none of that. Say, hey, or you people want to how do you want to go? Have none of that. This is none of that.
Okay, then I'm in, David. I'm not up just
I'm actually thinking one step
okay, then I'm in, David. I'm not up just I'm so lazy, bro. I got my team to do that. I'm in, David, right now. And I'm I'm so lazy, bro. I got my team to do that. I'm in, David, right now. I get that. I'm so lazy, bro. I got my team to do that. I get that.
Come to his live concert. 45 million people watch it over total and streaming. So, area grind live concert. I'm curious to see our Jeep concert. So, watch it over total and streaming. So, all of these things, area grind live concert. I'm curious to see our Jeep loving like McDonald's. And literally, I say that word way too. All of these things, area grind because the metaverse is right in front of all of it. I say that word problems and issues that we have because the metaverse is right in front to build all of it. I say that word nobody, just imagine Neil, Jacob, Santos, all of us in one central place. Nobody, just imagine Neil. It doesn't have to be hell cause. We find other worlds and we go in the world and there's a light that you imagine. It doesn't have to be hell cause. We find other worlds and we go in the world and there's a competition and there's knowing your competition, but now we are moving to a global economy. There's enough abundance for knowing your competition, but now we are moving to a global pivot from the business to abundance space where we can know you, right? Now we can you, or we can do it for we have 5 different platforms that you can be able to do. You can even get one-on-one consultation. We can do it for hey, if you sit back and you're going to do it, you can even get done, right? And we have clients that do that because hey, you're not the best at technology. You're going to do it. Our clients in our community, and we have clients that you're great at the being able to what you're not great at is your transaction. And that's great meals that was born. What you're not great at is your center. Stop worrying about how many follows you get, how many comments you get. Leave that where it is. Consumers think about that. Follows you get, people are watching your business. Leave that where it is. Consumers, and you know that because when your ass went on Easter, the holidays, wherever you went, and you have a business, and you know that because when your ass went on the holidays, wherever you went, and all that other stuff. They're watching you. And guess what? I haven't bought anything, not going to buy anything. Not worried about them because there's 7.5 billion people that don't know about the business that you need to be worried about. And those are is your billion and your client. And so I find entrepreneurs and pivot members that are concerned about their followers, that are concerned about their life, concerned about all this other stuff. And I'm like, press the damn button. You're posting one concern a week, and you think you're going to develop this magical brain. You're going live and you're posting one a quarter a week, once a month. You think you're going to develop this magical business. I'm telling you right now, I'm posting one a quarter a week, once a month. Now you got streaming all these applications. I'm going to have to go from 20 seconds to a minute. Now you got streaming.
Yeah. Hey, Dave, I'm going to ask you, can I go live on Clubhouse? Yeah. Hey, Dave, and somewhere else. I'm talking about, can I go live on Clubhouse? Yeah, just ask me. And somewhere else. We know can I live on Clubhouse? Just ask me. I like we know so, and that's the other thing. Any platform video, make sure it's 1080, and that's not getting that's the other thing. Any platform video, make sure it's
this is another one that needs our checking out as well. Go ahead, Chief. Before we talk about it, let's throw it out there.
That part. We always like to make sure that before we talk about it, let's share it with other people. But I did want to jump in here real quick because Nadine did that part. We always like to make sure that we talk about it, let's share it with other people. I did want to jump in here real quick because Nadine did that part. We always like to make sure Nadine has been in VRAR we're 10 years down the road. Nadine's been in VRAR that came out. We're 10 years down the road. With the metaverse and whatnot. And you're 100% with the metaverse and whatnot. And you're 100% pulling that out and having that conversation with that channel. Because that really it brings us around to the web to the internet. The internet, the IPT was created within 1983. We didn't really start, the internet boom until the late 90s within 1980. So we didn't really start 20 years of boom socialization of the basic structure systems that when we started to see a boom. And now, and I say the basic now structure, I say boom lightheartedly because now if you look at it, we use the and I say the basic structure, right? Boom lightheartedly because now if you look at it, we use the and so that if we look right, that's been over 40 years, 41 years since the time that the IPT Internet Protocol was created. It's 41 years since the time that the IPT Internet Protocol when it started created. It might not be mainstream. Welcome in this week. The IPT might not be mainstream. Like it might not be mainstream. Welcome in this week. Stay ahead of your game as well. Like it's just when you are because 10 years you're like, well, something by now. When you are, I was actually researching one year ago, like, and there's really phases of the next year. I was actually researching 1 year ago. So you look at it, and there's phases of the next year to the point of when the first kind of IPT Internet Protocol was created. And if I just broke out that we're in a 40-year time cycle on that one, we're halfway through. We are about to see the boom. If I just broke out that we're in a 40-year time cycle on that one, we're halfway through. We are about to get into the boom. If I just broke out that we're in a 40-year time cycle on that one, we're halfway through. And we're here. What is the focal point? And what do I now we're starting to be approved, like high and things like that. So we have to understand if you are in a economy or a psychology, there's a shift that has happened on that side. And I think that if you are in a billionaire or make billions around the planet, let me say that again. Billionaires make billions or make billions around the planet. Let me say that again. Billionaires make billions or make billions around. If you enter the shift research, let me say that again. I did billionaires when I went out and I billionaires and I was like, oh, millionaires. I did billionaires when I went out and billionaires and I was like, and that is true. Millionaires. Planetary billionaires around and that is why we're that is technology. Planetary billionaires around and that is why we're that is technology. I think that people made an impact. I didn't make an impact. I think that if when you have large brands like that are starting to play a game, they are getting into massive adoption. When you have large brands like that are starting to play a game, you know they are getting into massive adoption. When you have large brands like that, if you're having your industry, okay, congratulations, you are you're early. If you're having your industry, okay, congratulations, you are you're early. You're helping others in that space, congratulations, you're early. You're helping others in that space, congratulations, if you feel like nobody's listening, nobody's paying attention, or if you feel like nobody's listening, nobody's paying attention, I'll just start that.
We can talk to guys all day. You can talk, but it's still my you can share more with you guys about business and what you have just in the last. You can share more with you guys about in our fellow and when you're with members. And she you guys can share more with us in our fellow and members. And she you guys can share more with us in our fellow and members. And she you guys can share more with us now you all jump now you all jump those that just came out, the West pets that are made by Facebook, those that just came out, the West pets that are made by Facebook, those that just came out, the West pets that are made by Facebook gaming. And what really is going on is that people are coming into the metaverse to play games, and they're blind. Really is going on is that the toy they ride into the metaverse to play games, and they're blind. Really is going on is that with an experience they ride into the metaverse to play games, and not a blind with an experience they ride into the metaverse. Yes, okay, not a blind. Yes, you did? How many hours did you spend in medical? Oh, you did 5 to 10. You did? How many hours did you spend in medical? Oh, you did 5 play games. you go research this no, okay, your experience of the metaverse is different. You all have different experiences. Experience of the metaverse and what not very, but what we say we all have. Make sure you check before you say at least not very, but what we say we all have. Make sure you just don't have to take your grandma to at least sisters, make sure you just not first take your grandma to mission and game. And now you just not first take your grandma to mission and game. And now you're gonna have to own away. You're like, oh, this game. And now this said you're gonna have to own away. You're like, oh, television is I'm saying for the radio. This instead you're gonna have to own away. You're like, oh, television is on the radio. Having this instead you're gonna have to own Cleo, ma'am, if you could share with us your experience having
Yes, good evening, everyone. So this past week, Thursday, we had the grand opening of storefront and the metaverse. It was great. Thursday, I got the grand opening people about the services that I provide in a totally different environment. And get to interact with them as well, just like what I'm interacting here. I think the easiest way to explain it is to think about the platforms that you're already on. You're already on anyways, and just think of it being a different experience. Like here on Clubhouse, you have one experience, you're listening like to an audio. On LinkedIn, maybe you're listening to more business, kind of content or whatever. And then when you go on like TikTok or whatever, you're listening for entertainment or whatever. It's literally the same thing. Like it is just another platform that you get to interact in. It's in the kitchen that you interact with, and you get to share your content. It's the same thing, just in a different environment. So it's not something that we have to be afraid of or hesitant to, because we're already doing it. It's just a different platform. I hope that kind of sort of makes it easier to understand the metaverse. I know because people think AI and maybe it's like gaming and whatever, but we are doing all of those same things on the other platforms anyways. And the cool thing about the metaverse is you can do that with your phone, right? You don't necessarily have to get the VR headset or whatever. And so this Friday, I am going to do my first audio podcast in the metaverse, and you guys are all invited to come. We're going to talk. The topic is going to be the fear of failure. So you can actually see for yourself, like if you have questions, understand it. This is an opportunity for you to come in and see like, oh, okay, this is how it's done. This is how I can interact. This is what the space looks like, and you get to see, hey, it's something that is new, but it's something that I can learn. And I know sometimes learning new things is scary. I literally just went through that. But you can do it. It helps you to grow. So that's my spiel. Thank you for letting me share.
Thank you, Ms. Cleo, and thank you, JoJo, everybody in the background, or everybody that heard JoJo. JoJo is a testament, that's her daughter, by the way. JoJo is a testament at youth and technology. As you heard, she was requesting the iPad. And so that right there just shows us, guys, where we're heard she was requesting the iPad. And so that right there just, and I was, I'm excited to heard you know questioning the podcast. That's right there. And I was, you know, I'm excited to heard you know questioning the podcast. That's right there. And I was, you know, guys, I'm excited to heard you know questioning the podcast. You can't really jump in and be like, I'm already the guys. I'm explain. You just can't explain it. Kind of like, how many of you know a good blame? Explain it. I mean, the moment you hear the opening chord, they're just like, explain it. You can't like, the moment you hear the opening chord, they're just and guys, you can't like, when we started that one is they're just thank God, and guys, you can't like, when we started that one is and guys, your room, and she was like, oh, why are you not letting your room? And she was like, you guys call out we had to be our head in order to do that. And now call out and say, guys, you can do it with your phone, be our head or you can do it with your computer. Now call out and say, you know, you can do it from that iPad that be our head or you can do it here be our headset. And I can do it. No, you can do it from that iPad that be our head you can do it here be our headset. What happens is, you know, you can do it retract that iPad. What happens is, you know, you can do it retract that iPad. I mean, you have vinyl, CDs to, I mean, Dave and I were talking about line wire the other day, burning our own CDs to, and I mean, Dave and I were talking about line wire the other day.
Hey, DJ, you got that new CD? You got the new song? I got it. And you know, you share with them while we're on this topic of what you shared to me. I got it. I'm going to share what CEO that was, but he's like, you know, it's not going to last. You remember?
I don't remember.
There was a CEO. There was a CEO of a company, and I think it was Apple, and there was a CEO. There was a CEO of a company.
Back in the day, there was a gentleman that was a big record executive, and back in the day, it's my mind at the moment, but he was a very large record executive, and he booked a meeting with Steve Jobs mind at the moment, and he was a very large, and they show up, and the gentleman, he booked a meeting with Steve Jobs, and he was a very large, and they show up, the new MacBook you're creating with the ability to burn, he says it really is gonna, the new MacBook you're creating with the ability, you can't do that. He said that Steve Jobs looked at him and said, the new MacBook you're creating with the ability, you just can't do that. He said that Steve Jobs looked at him and said, the new MacBook you're creating. So my point is, guys, evolution is gonna happen. As David has shared with us before, your job is broke just to obey the boss. They pay you just enough to forget about your job. In order to broke just to obey the boss, now they're loyal to you. They're not loyal to you. Or they let you go and give you notice that, hey, we're gonna have to loyal, so we just wanted to give you a heads up so you can prepare. They're not there, or they let you go. And like David always says, they're not there to hire. They're looking for the best. They're not there, or they let the best business. And like so at the end of the day, they're going to go with evolution, and that's what happens with the evolution of technology. So at the end of the day, evolving. If we're not, we wouldn't be where we are today. I don't know if you know this, but the internet produces. If we're not, we wouldn't be where we are today. I don't know if you know this, but the internet produces. If we're not, listen in. 100 years. I don't know if you know this, but the internet produces 24 hours. Listen in. 100 years. So we we have to understand that we're moving. It's moved. And David and I have years, so we have to understand that we're moving. It's moved. And David and I have time to be alive, by the way. We have to understand. Yeah, you can look at all the geopolitical things that are on the time to be alive, by the way. We have to understand. You can look at all the geopolitical not acknowledge that. And it's a beautiful time to live in the technology advancement or that we are not acknowledging in our lifetime. Because I can guarantee you, in the next 20 years, we're going to see beds like medical beds because I can guarantee you can get in, and in the next 20 years, we already have we're going to see beds like medical beds because now there's actually private clinics you can go to, but you're going to be able to get into these beds on a mask that everybody will have it in their house and be like, I have a stomach ache, I don't feel good. But you're going to be able to get into these beds on a mask and everybody will have it in their house and be like, I have a stomach ache, I don't feel good. But you're going to be able to, you know, you're making dinner and delivering and like, you know, LC or it's going to be able to tell you exactly, hey, you are a little, it's going to be able to tell you exactly, hey, you know, make those changes. You are already, it's going to be able to tell you exactly, hey, make those changes. You buy, it's going to be able to tell you, buy your groceries, you buy your produce, your all your seasonings, everything, and you put them in the compartment as it shows you to do, and then you tell it on the computer everything that's built into the side of the little machine here as you want. Shows you to do, and then you tell it on the computer everything that's built into the side of the little machine here prepares your meal. Like we are. How many of you been to a resort lately that you show up and it's no longer a chef making your omelet or putting your pancake? It's a robotic arm. How many of you been to Vegas? You show up and it's no longer a chef making your omelet or putting your pancake. It's a robotic arm. There was robotic arms serving alcohol at the bar. The bartender was not. There was a manager over there watching to make sure that, I mean, you pay the bartender, and then all of a sudden, there was a manager over there watching to make sure that, I mean, you pay the bartender, and then all of a sudden, there was a manager there with a QR code, and on the QR code opens the app, and the only way to be served is order your food, and hey, pay for it, and the only way to be served, and I'll just order your food, and you pay for it, and then the other day on TikTok, I saw a robot runner who is now taking the food from the kitchen to the table. It's going to be to the point, guys, we are there. So all the examples is not that they're to the table. It's going to be to the point, guys, we are there. So all the times we have it's going to be to the point, guys, we are there. All the times we have opportunity or we hear opportunity and we think of the old capitalistic ways of how we used to run, we have opportunity or we hear a lot of and we think of the old capitalistic ways of how we right now to run, people are demanding change and change technology, the evolution of how we think, the evolution of how we, you know, feel and we collaborate with each other, technology, evolution of how we think, the evolution of how we feel and we collaborate with each other, technology,
Warren G, Miss Marilyn, Curtis, welcome, Jay, Santos, welcome, and all the people that are in here, David, NE3, welcome, Jay, Jennifer, and Joshua Lee that are in the building still. And hey, how you doing, Miss Angelique? Hopefully all is well. Miss Marcia, Miss Marilyn, did you two want to share or talk by chance on this topic or subject? All is well. Miss Marcia, Miss Marilyn, did you two want to share or talk by chance on this topic or
Hi,
subject?
Tara. Hi, everyone. I'm happy to be here. I just want to make my greetings. I do agree that I do love this topic because it's so important that we do embrace technology. And one of the things that I have this topic because it's so important that we do embrace technology. And one of the things that I have this topic because it's so important that we do embrace technology. was how it was. And my mind, I mean, just the last 2 weeks ago, we were talking about and it was like a unique moment for me. And just being in these rooms, talking about and remaining open-minded so that you can receive the information that talking about and remaining open-minded blessings so that you can receive the information that many of us about. So I am remaining open-minded blessings so that you can receive it. I put my appointment because I'm nice and they can't have a fast. I am trying to make it early. You all are working up. That's why I put my appointment I'm just really happy to be here and excited to be you all working up. That's why I put my
VIP members, her business, restructure her business, put some pivot her into the future. And this is exactly what we're talking about. Miss Marilyn was able to showcase her business box, as shared earlier, her systems, her network, and was able to showcase her business box, and as shared earlier, her systems box, her network, as Marilyn, now Margie, like, hold on, girl, I need to see what this is about. And so now, like, now they're going to say, well, and now Margie, like, hold on, girl, I need to see what this is about. And so now, like, now they're going to say, well, choice, as well, in our as well, in our membership, they just don't know. And if you don't know, then you can't do. And I share with people that know, they just don't know. From the, and if you don't know, then you can't do. And I share that first of all, they just don't know. From the, and if you don't know, then you can't do. Oh, no, first of all, no, you need to go from I don't. You don't know, then you can't do. Oh, and then we're going to take over that. I know. No, you need to go from taking my power now. I know I don't do that, but now I know that. And then we take my power now. And those that don't do that, but now I know that somebody's in and they're all in. And those that don't do that, whether it be business, whether it be relationship, whether it be, in your health, whether it be in your mindset, regardless of what it is, or relationship, for example, whether it be, I don't meditate, I'm not going to meditate in your mindset. I can't meditate. Maybe, I know if I meditate, I know I'm going to get some of my, I can't meditate. Maybe, I know if I meditate, I know I'm going to get some of my, maybe breathing meditation. I know, and now that I'm doing it, now I'm getting that output, right? And a lot of times, and now that I'm doing it, now I'm getting the output, riches, right? And a lot of times, and now that I'm doing it, wondering why I'm getting the output, because you got to do the work, right? And this is why I should care, especially my mom wondering before, and she got to go around every 50 hours, or she used to, especially she uses AI like no other. My mom dead in the school. I can pull up that AI, or you used to drive her ass up, AI like no other. My mom put him in the back, I'm out, right? And pull up that my mom used to go to the grocery store, and she would go down every time, put him in the back with him, ask him, and my mom used to, we would have 5 cents of it. So I remember getting my ass whooped because I was going to go and ask him, and we would have did my myself, didn't want to get my bus whooped, because I was just going to go therapist and don't didn't want to get my bus down every aisle when there's no therapist there. Don't add this, and they didn't do it for us, or down every aisle when there's no therapist there. Don't look, you're going to spend $7 doing it for ballet students. You're going to spend $7 on a course. Some of y'all are pulling $7 on a minute. Somebody been using it. Real talk, right? And that's why I make it for those of y'all like all city members, to make make sure you're utilizing our platform because there's a great amount of information. And every time I get on the phone with people in our pivot membership, like, oh, I need to know how to do this, do that. And you notice your pivot membership. And every time I get on the phone with people in our pivot membership, boom, it's oh, I need to know how to do this, do that. It allows you guys to really go at your pace, your speed, continue being able to integrate these things. I need to know how to do this, do that. It allows you guys. We appreciate that. Miss Marilyn, are you available, ma'am, to speak? I know I got your face in the box. There you go. Come on, ma'am. Talk to us.
Okay, well,
Miss Marilyn, are you available, ma'am, to speak? I know I got your face in the box. There you go. Come on, ma'am. Talk to us.
okay, well,
Miss Marilyn, are you available, ma'am, to speak? I know I got your face in the box. There you go. Come on, ma'am. Talk to us.
okay, well,
Miss Marilyn, are you available, ma'am, to speak?
up in March.
There you go. Come on, ma'am.
Up in March. Nice. I said, what kind of policeman? Up in March. You know, you don't get nobody. And so when I was able to see it, it's a policeman concept. Because you know, you don't get nobody. And so when I was able to see it, it's a policeman concept. Because you know, you don't get nobody. And then I just see the car was bad. I said, ain't no way in the world I can get in no car. It's just certain devils. I said, ain't no way. But one thing I said, I would get in one of those lesser things because I really don't see it. But one thing just about the technology, I get in one of those lesser things because I really don't see it. Way just about the technology. We need to know we aware. We know how to activate. We need to know how we need to know. And one thing, we need to know how to activate. So I'm gonna let them know how we know. Right? And one thing hanging in, we know how to activate. So I'm gonna let them know how we know. Right? And one thing hanging in, we know how to activate. So I'm gonna let them know how we know.
It is out. She's like, is ordered driverless car, and she's like, really weird. Like, she said, ordered like this driverless car. This thing is driving. If we already have like ordered like this driverless car, this thing is driving is here. Something that we already have one to take ordered like that driverless car. Was his share. He said, and service and helping us with that. I used to be a server back in my day. So, and service and helping us with that. I used to be a server back in my day. Because, you know, some of that service and helping us with that. I used to be a server back in my day. Because you're going to have some of that service. But Gary, if you're going to actually, I don't even think it's Gary Vee. It's all the great that there was. Basically, if you're going to actually Gary I'm saying that people that make it over I'm saying that over people over so what I mean by that is simple fact that people I've used over what does that mean? So what I mean by that is simple fact and you are not doing what I mean by that. They're going to have to rely on somebody that out you are not doing what I mean by that. And so learning AI out in asset to other people and so learning AI and your own business or your asset to other people, it allows you to be an asset. So learning AI and your own business because that's where we're going along. It allows you to be an asset. So learning AI and your own business because that's where we're going. At the end of the day, it drives you to the car. We're all at the end of the day. It drives you to the car. Use AI. we're all at the end of the day, it's a self-denying vehicle. You know, we're all going to have this experience at some point. And at the end of the day, it's a self-denying vehicle. And so that's, you know, we're all going to have this experience at some point. And at the end of the day, it's self-denying vehicle. And so, you know, we're all going to have this example of the way that I started. You know, sometimes, you know, we're all going to have this example of the way that I started. Because there's, you know, some ways I know I have a powerful appeal way that I started. You know, listen to maybe a medical episode of the week. So there's those things, right, that we take accountability, you know, to maybe a medical episode of the week. So there's those things, right, that we take accountability to maybe a medical episode of the week. I know, you know, there's those things, go ahead,
and everybody, I was listening to you guys for a long time, and you know, every time I come in here, I feel like listening to you guys. Everybody, I was listening to you guys. I really like the invitation. Lately, I was not much active on the clubhouse because of some reason that, you know, I'm about to fly my home country day after, and a lot of things going on at the same time. But whenever I come in here in this room, I learn something new, right? So that's the beauty of this room, and I really appreciate that. You know, Tara and David and everybody, like technology, oh my God, we are very lucky to experience the technology who is blocking the road. Yeah. I experience all the technology, like from pager to now, whatever the things is going on, like internet. Used to wait in the cyber cafe for hours and hours. That time my brother was living in Italy. In Europe, I was in Nepal, and that time, you know, the fax machine, like, had to send the fax, and during that period, someone said that one day, like, you know, the mobile is coming. The mobile is coming where you can see the face of other people while you talking, and that is nothing these days, right? So technology is moving so fast and rapidly, even like you know, once this. Just Apple iPhone started in the beginning. That time I was 2008. I was working in Vodafone Australia. I was selling mobile phones, right? I was selling Nokia 95 was very popular at that time, and iPhone was new. Recently, it was iPhone 2 was that time, and I was myself reluctant to sell that product, right? So how the iPhone is coming, and everything had changed. A lot of things had changed every day, changing BlackBerry time to all these things. I experienced all those things firsthand from my way. And now, like when this AI tools and technology is coming, and it changed for everything, right? It changed everything. That's why technology is amazing. So, you know, whenever the technology comes first, that, you know, the authority, the government, and the high profile people, they absorb it, they use it, and they get benefited, and how it move around and slowly moves to the direction. But even that is not the case now. Like, we are in the technological era. Just now, Tara was saying that I really listened very carefully. She was saying about someone made the bed from, you can scan all the parts of your body and what weakness, where it is, like how your digestive system working, how your nervous system working, how your eyesight is working, and all these things we can scan, and all these things, right? Everything is become very possible these days. So the better is, because we can't stop the technology, the better to adapt it, right? When you adopt it, and you get benefited out of it. And you know, sometimes I think that I'm driving it right now, and sometimes I think that you know, I might not be interested to you know, be in a car where self-drive is working. But the thing is, maybe I'm reluctant now, but slowly and steady, and slowly, gradually, we might have the things on habit, right? Because we can just say about the driving car. Before, when I used to drive the car, first time, I think 2000, I started to drive first time car in Nepal. That's a bloody like a seat box. Nothing was there. There's nothing on that car. And even we were in the business, new in the business, I think 2003, sorry. And we bought a car. We were 3 partners. It's very interesting. And we were selling that car in this week I'm driving this car, next week another friend is driving car, another week another friend is driving car, right? And that car and now car is big difference. And initially we were reluctant to drive a car that, which car has got, rear camera. Oh, rear camera? No, I can't believe that rear camera because, it's a technology. Maybe it's maybe sometimes it doesn't work properly, so I may indulge in accident, but now it's become a habit, right? So it's technology also the same thing. It's going to be a habit. And myself, I'm saying that I'm reluctant to use, self-drive car. I will be driving self-drive car in a few years' time, right? So these are the things. That's why the best way we do is just adopt it. That is the one part I want to share. And another part about the social media, you know what, David and Tara, during 2021, when I was new in the clubhouse, that time I literally had 2 social media, I guess, like Facebook, Instagram, and I had a Twitter, but I was not active. And what I had nothing, right? Started to come to clubhouse and talk with different people, different perspective, and now I've got all the social media platforms. The point is it's not I'm addicted to social media, not at all. I'm not addicted because I manage everything very properly. I'm very proud of that, right? And I'm very good on time management. And let's say YouTube video, let's say TikTok video, let's say Reel video. There are different couple of other platform I use, that Indian platform. There you can upload the videos. I take one video, for example, that's I was doing a hoverboard riding in front of my home on my garage, right? I take that video, my daughter takes that video, she shoots that video for 30 seconds, and then after that video I post everywhere. Let's say YouTube, let's say TikTok, let's say the Facebook Reels, Instagram Reels, and the Chingari. There is so many, several platforms. And I share there. Somewhere people don't like it, but somewhere people bombarded towards that. That's why, 8 billion people in the world right now, around 8 billion, I might be wrong, maybe plus minus, but 8 billion people in the world, they speak different language, there are different way of lifestyle, different psychology, different psychographic, different people. People are completely different throughout the world, right? I live in Australia, I'm different. When I go to Nepal, I'm different. When I go to United States, I am different with the environment, right? So David and Tara living in Mexico, they look the different things there, which is not exactly same in South Korea or Indonesia, Bali, right? So people are surrounded around the world, different belief, different thinking, different mindset, different psychographic. And then after, you don't know who's going to like your video. Some people don't like, they hate it. Other people might be very interested because hoverboard, I ride that hoverboard, like maybe it's common in the United States and United States, Australia, somewhere else, but in Nepal, maybe somebody don't have hoverboard. They see, oh, what the hell he is riding there? Oh, one of my friend, my school friend, have written that, oh, I also ride scooters. Not scooters, sorry. What is that another one? I also ride, I do skating. I like skating. I told him it's not skating, it's different, right? It's very, very sweet, very powerful, that hoverboard, which I have. I'm not allowed to ride outside, just I hang around at my home only. So the thing is, somewhere something is more important, which is not important in somewhere, right? So that's why, when you have any content, just share everywhere, wherever you want to share. Like David and Tara does amazing way, which I haven't done yet. I do everything manually, not using the AI to post the video because I got some extra time. That time I just post here and there, but slowly and later I have to think that way as well because time is very important and time is very precious, right? So, that's what I would like to share. And you guys are amazing, Tara and David. I was sharing earlier that I'm heading to my home country on Friday 10 o'clock. My flight is there, but I'm very excited about my family. My son, some rituals is happening there. A lot of people are invited. Nearly 300 people will be on the party. But more than that, I will be traveling my country's beautiful places, and I will be meeting all the marketing genius there because I own advertising company in Nepal. And I'm going to see a lot of marketing genius there. I update with my business, what's happening there. I'm not updated what they do because I don't interfere, because I put about 20% of our share in the business. I don't interfere how they're doing, but this time I'm going to go and see. And I love to share my ideas because I haven't been there for the last 5 years. So that's what I would like to share. Thank you, guys. I really appreciate you all.
I love it. I love it, Santosh, brother. Greatly appreciate you joining us, man. And I know you're excited to go home, just like I was excited a couple of weeks back. So enjoy, take some time, and definitely take a whole bunch of pictures and post them. I definitely saw that video of you on the hoverboard, and that was crazy. And, you know, this is exactly what we share with you guys. Just show up and have fun and enjoy. And even those of you that do have, you know, your business, and you have the kids, and you have, you know, things that you do on the side, people want to see those things too, right? When me and Tara travel quite a bit on the weekends, or, you know, just during the week, you know, I take a lot of pictures so you guys can see those as well, because it is a lifestyle, right? People want to know those things. People want to be nosy, and why not give people those things? And that's why we share with you guys, you know, just press the button. So we want to thank you guys all for joining us today. You know, Jay, did you have anything you want to share or tap onto this subject? I know you're big into social media and things of that sort, brother. Did you want to tap in? I know you got a lot. You got anything?
100%. Yeah, I definitely can't not go quiet. You know, really passionate about this. Especially when it comes to, you know, the future and social media. You know, I kind of call myself a visionary in many ways, and I feel like I'm bringing that film and entertainment aspect to the social media realm. And as we think about, like, one of the most, you know, famous or most seen commercials of all time, it was a short film. And it's for a game that I play called Final Fantasy. And so, you know, things like that, it really amazes me, and it excites me in such a way. And I really am doing the most to share in the excitement of the time that we're in. You know, another thing that I always get excited about and love to share is the most expensive NFT sold. 69.8 million just for an NFT collection. And, you know, those are the type of things that really just lean towards where we're going, and kind of like where my pathway and journey kind of merges with where we are. But we all have our space to play. We all have our position in this future. And I believe it's up to us to align and figure that out, you know, sooner than later. You don't want to be left behind. You know, phenomenal time to be alive, phenomenal time to be an entrepreneur. And, you know, just I am leading forward with collaboration, my heart and my mindset, and how I move, how I function. And, you know, I share that energy, and I really want to spread that energy with everyone here. Like, you know, there's enough for all of us. I mean, we have a whole digital world that we can now claim as our own. And, you know, there's a term that I'm championing, and I'm going to be living by. And I want to share this term with everyone. And that is social digital economics. You know, it doesn't take nothing for me to go like and support and share, even though I'm not spending, you know, that dollar. I mean, of course, dollar is the optimal way to support, right? But sharing and commenting and coming into a room and, you know, chiming in a comment section, doing what you can to support through digital currency, I believe this is the way of the future. And you guys all know with NFTs and how all of that connects, we're looking towards a future where, you know, you can have your community, I can have my community, and we can support one another within the NFT, you know, that metaverse and in a virtual space. And I just believe that right now is time for us to wake up. We now have an equal level playing field. And, that's what I'm most excited about. And, opportunities every single day, you guys. I mean, I was just looking at our CRM today and just seeing just all of the advancements that, AI is bringing to the way we communicate with our customers. And, it truly is an exciting time. And, anytime I can speak on it, anytime I can share or support, with my every last breath, I'm here for it, and super excited. Thank you so much for this valuable room. I've been just listening, and it's just so much valuable information. Just you guys, I want you guys to know that I support you 100%. We haven't quite figured out how we want to collaborate with you guys, but I know I'm open to it 1,000% because I support everything that you guys stand for. This is Jay.
Thanks, you, Jay. Appreciate that, brother. Well, let us know. We've been shouting from the mountaintops, about collaboration for the last 4 years. And, a lot of people talk about collaboration, but will you do it? And will you be consistent at doing it, not just collaborate because you want something, but collaborate for the overall good for everyone? And you're absolutely spot on, and this is part of our press the button. All of us are on social media. All of us are scrolling through, your social media. Why would you not hit the like button when you're viewing it? And especially those of you that are on TikTok, people can see when you view their stuff. So if your ass is on TikTok and you're viewing people's stuff and you're not hitting the like button, you're getting put on the S list, the shit list, just FYI. And that really just goes to show us all that we don't support one another. Although we laugh at these things, we utilize it as content, and we just won't hit the button. And this is where I share with us all that these are old patterns. These are old conditioned ways. These are old habits that we have to break apart from, and they are hard to break. Habits and patterns, let me tell you something. You can talk about them all day long when it doesn't matter. But when rubber hits the road and you're actually in this mode of scrolling through social media and not hitting the like and not hitting the comment, this is where you also have to ask yourself when you wake up in the morning and you go look at your phone and you're not getting the follows and the likes and the comments. You got to give what you want. You want more money? Go help somebody else make some more money. You want, more love? Go give more love. Stop asking for love and expecting love. Go give it before you can receive it. And that goes in all aspects of our lives, that we want to communicate, but yet we're not communicating effectively and holding our end of the rope, but yet we want that. And so this really in all comes down to communication. And this is what AI is doing, to where when people go and talk, when people go and type, when people go and share to AI, and it's giving them this, I don't compute, I don't understand, that in itself is just a huge red flag where us as a human race has to understand we don't communicate effectively. And we think we do, but we're not. And we sell ourselves on this story that we're so great at it, and we're not. And we live in this pattern. We live in these habits of communicating, and we wonder why we get the same results. It's because of the communication. And this is where we share with people old keys don't open new doors. And, prime example, like from my father. My father, the other day, he came to, I called him, and he said, yeah, I need to go and I need to take better care of my health, this, that, and the other. And I need to do this and I need to do that. And I was like, yeah, Dad, yes. I said, there's this thing called Hello Wellness that, has this superfood pouch that has 122 superfoods and then your antioxidants, that thing that you can go and get. And he's like, oh, yeah. And then he went right back to say, oh, I'm going to go to GNC and get this, that, and the other. And that's a prime example that we're so conditioned to doing these old school ways of doing it. And then we go and invest in it, and then we're not continuing with it. And so make sure that you guys are not just making the pivot, not just collaborating, not just learning this AI, not just doing the AI, but expanding upon it. Not just understanding what VR is and what AR is and what metaverse is, but actually acting upon it and going and visiting. Like, we've been in here for 2 hours. I'll be 100 with you guys. I haven't seen one of y'all jump in here, right? And it's 4 buttons. It's literally easier than Zoom. It's easier than Clubhouse. It's definitely easier than LinkedIn. And this is where we're pivoting to. And people will wonder, well, where was I? Well, you didn't make a move. You didn't take action. You didn't, as I shared earlier, don't be great at the pregame and then lose in the actual game. And a lot of the times what we find is that people are, living their life from the basketball stands. Some people are even in the basketball arena restroom writing on the bathroom wall and not getting on the court. Get in the court, get in the game in your life, because you're only going to get one of them. And I'm here to remind you all, we're not making out of this bad boy alive. And so press buttons, show up in life, and just do better than what you did yesterday, and break those patterns, break those habits. And I promise you, success is on the other side of the things you already know you should be doing. And a lot of those things that you're not doing, you allow your fear and your trauma and your dramas to stop you from doing them when you should just do them. And especially in your business, especially in pivoting, but more importantly, as we'd like to remind you guys, it's mind, body, soul. You have to make that decision before anybody else can. Nobody in this room, nobody in your family can tell you, hey, you got to do this. You got to be able to tell it to yourself and understand success comes with pain. Pain comes with progress. And as my daddy used to say, no pain, no gain, baby. So enjoy the pain, enjoy the process, enjoy the journey. And remember, you could be, 1 millimeter away from being an ant, an elephant, anything else, but you're the most powerful thing on this planet Earth, where you get to make a decision, you get to make a choice, and you have a chance every day that most don't have. And so make sure you're being unique with it, and make sure you're utilizing it to the fullest. And when you lay your head down on that pillow tonight, you need to give yourself a report card and say, hey, if this was it, how'd I do? Okay? And so let that be the motivational talk for the day. And you guys continue to grow. You guys continue to inspire. And more importantly, you continue to believe in yourself. And something that Tara talked about last week, right, in our Wisdom Wednesday, which we encourage you guys to come and join us tomorrow at 4:30 Eastern Standard Time. Different conversation, different vibration. Tara's going to be leading this one. So buckle up. You never know where we're going to go. But something that Tara shared yesterday or last week was that, did you know there is only 6 emotions and there is unlimited amount of feelings? Unlimited. And a lot of the times we are caught up in our feelings and we're not emotional aware of if we're disgust, if we're happy, if we're sad, if we're surprised, if we're fear, or if we're in anger. So you being emotional aware, take all the feelings away and ask yourself those 6 questions. Where am I at right now? And what do I need to do about these things? And when you do those things, which takes practice, I can talk about this shit right now, but please believe actually doing it in the boardroom when it counts is a completely different story. Okay. And so this is where we have to be aware. So with that being said, anybody else want to chime in? Anybody else want to come up on stage? Please feel free. Our stage is your stage. Let's collaborate. Let's come together. But with that being said, anybody else got anything they want to share? Let's go.
I'll jump in there real quick. Absolutely everything that you shared. I will give credit to Jacob. Jacob did push a button. He went over to YouTube to check us out. But Jacob, if you go out to thehellollc.io, you can actually jump into the metaverse and experience it firsthand instead of just watching our screen. So I wanted to, absolutely give you some kudos on that because you did go over there and check it out.
My bad, Jacob.
It's okay.
Jacob's cussing my ass out.
Okay.
I pressed some damn buttons. I went over to YouTube. Don't talk shit.
No, but actually, thanks, Tara. And I'm going to check it out. And yeah, and I'm like, yeah, I'm over here on YouTube. But actually, to your point of this conversation, you guys, this has been a great room. Thanks so much for the value in the conversation. But yeah, when you go to the YouTube, it's like, I can't really get in there and walk around, right? Of course, it's YouTube. We're talking about these different platforms. But then one thing I've heard both of you say today was, you guys don't need the headset to be in the metaverse. And I had to stop and think, wow, well, that really means something because, I'm not going to want to put on those goggles every time or a set of glasses, years from now even. You're just like, oh, I want to just get in with my smartphone and do what I want to do. So just shout out to both of you guys. This has been a really great room. And I got, great inspiration, David. Really love you guys. Love what you're doing. Shout out, everybody. Have a great day.
Thanks, Jacob. At the end of the day, thank you for being here. Today, I'm actually talking through my microphone, so it's not David with a girl voice. But absolutely, and the really cool part about that is I think I started to speak to this a little bit earlier, but then when you're listening to the Tara show, I will go left real quick. But what I wanted to say kind of earlier was exactly what you were sharing is I didn't know we could get in on other apparatuses outside of the VR headset. And a part of that is that when I was speaking about the evolution of technology, we have to have bridges that gap the technology, right? For the first year that David and I were in metaverse, maybe even up to 2 years, the first couple of years in metaverse, we were really trying to encourage people to join us in metaverse. But the space and area that we were in, we still have that space, actively using it, but it required headsets. And it would not allow you to get in via your cell phone or via your laptop or iPad tablet. And it comes back down to the simple fact of humans like easy. We like that easy button. And technology has made things easy for us. And so the reason I share that is because being able to get in from the technology that I already have in my hand right now while I'm talking to you guys, aka a phone, means that I don't have to go get an extra headset. I don't have to learn how to use it. I don't have to get accustomed to it. And all of these things that go with it. It's like buying a brand new pair of shoes. I know all the ladies in here can, and gentlemen too. I will not leave the gentlemen out. Anytime you buy a nice pair of shoes and you have to break those things in, you're like, I don't know if I want to pick today to break those in. But the simple fact is, when we make it easy to get into another space, that allows more adoption, and to allow people to, participate. And again, people are not going to participate if it's hard. If there's not an easy button, they ain't coming. So thank you so much, Jacob, for, being and attending and pushing that button as well. Miss, go ahead.
And Tara, just real quick. So this is a great learning moment, right? Teaching moment for everyone. So I've been on your website and it looks great. And so and I subscribe, by the way. So as far as what can I do now to get into the Hello LLC Plaza?
Yeah.
Because I see Hello Plaza VR button on the top right. Yeah. And then it says Hello Plaza Virtual Mall.
Yeah.
And then, then click on that, and then I see the videos below. Or is that the video, is that YouTube gets me into the live?
No. If you you can either push the Hello Plaza button or the Hello Plaza Mall button. And one will take you into the plaza where David's walking around and driving the golf cart and flipping it over and doing things. Or if you click on them all.
I see. Okay, I didn't go all the way down. I was thinking there'd be a button at the top, so I'm checking it out.
Well, you know
now.
what?
Oh,
We'll
cool.
move one to the top, Jacob, because you bring up a great point.
We're talking about, Tara, we're talking about the easy button, which is such a great point.
Hello.
Such a great point you made. You guys are gonna you're gonna blow this out the water. You guys are going to the future fast, and like really like going into the metaverse. This is a new way to speak to business owners, entrepreneurs, and everybody about, look, the new thing is already here. And like David made a great point. It's like, you heard about this real estate opportunity. You heard about this Bitcoin thing. You heard about Apple stocks and whatever it was back in the day. Don't you want to be on the cutting edge while this AI and Web3 is developing? Like, now is the time to take action, if anything. So back over to you guys. Much love.
Yeah. That's so spot on, and especially when, Santosh, he mentioned this earlier, when Apple One first came out, everybody didn't jump over to Apple One, okay? Not everybody jumped over to the Apple Vision Pros, but what it did do was it brought attention to this 3D immersive environment where your TV is gone, okay? Your laptop is gone. People that wanted 4, 5, 10 screens, you can get it now with those Apple Vision Pros and with your Oculuses, right? And so this is where people do have to make that leap and make that jump, especially when we talk about Apple. And then when Santosh talked about the rear view camera, I put your hand up. You might not have trusted it as much. I know I didn't. When I took 500 flights and in 4 years, and I would have all these rentals, I saw the cameras and I wouldn't use it. I'd be like, no, I'm just gonna turn my head around and I'm gonna use that. But as you heard Santosh, she said, now I rely on it. It is what it is, and just like with BlackBerry, didn't make that pivot. They didn't adapt. And Apple swooped in and said, toodles, right? Within 5 years, they literally flipped 50% of the market share to BlackBerry because it was easier, because it was more adaptable, because it created a different experience. And once again, that was Web 2, VR, Metaverse, Web 3. That is Web 3. That's where we're moving to, where I said earlier, and we had this conversation last week, people aren't going to ask you about your boring ass website. That's cute. Ugh. Nobody wants to look at your website. Oh, hold on. You got a world in Metaverse that I can go and explore all of these things into, and I can be in a 3D immersive environment? No way. Yes way. From your cell phone, from your laptop, from your VR headsets. And Tara shared earlier, for our first year, we had to entice people and beg people, and literally, sometimes we had to send some money to some people to go and buy their actual headsets. And now it's like you have the future in your hands and people won't press the 4 buttons. And so for those of you that haven't done what Jacob is doing right now, you hit that link up at the top, go to thehellowllc.io. That is our biz in a box. You'll scroll down maybe halfway and you'll see a big old button that says Hello Plaza. You'll see another big button that says Hello Virtual Mall. You'll see another button that says Live Events. And any 3 of those buttons is going to direct you to go download a free app on your phone. Just like Clubhouse, just like LinkedIn, just like Zoom, just like Chatter, just like all of these apps, just like GPT, right? You go download the app, it's free. And then you come on back here and you can go back to that hellollc.io and boop, click that button again, boom. You are now being entered into our space. It's going to ask you to create your avatar. You can skip that part if you want to, but don't be mad if you show up as a dude and you're a girl or vice versa. Create your avatar. Read the directions of how to use the actual button at the bottom on your phone, on your laptop. Don't use your arrow buttons. Use the W, the S, the A, and the D as it shares on there. A lot of people miss that, which is why I emphasize please read, which a lot of us don't read, which is why I showcase, if you got that old static website, you got a whole bunch of reading on there, ain't nobody reading that shit. I'm not, you're not, nobody is, okay? And so this is where we get to update this to a visualize effect. And as you guys can see, I'm right here in Miss Merlin's Mac Leadership Solutions, where she is a coach, a transformational coach, where she's now able to showcase all of her actual courses. She has her membership. She's able to showcase her book, sell her book, and she's able to give away an expert of her book, all within the Hello Plaza that goes straight to her biz in a box. If you click this button that says, yes, I want to go to Marilyn Clark, you click on that bad boy, and guess what? It takes you to her biz in a box that now you can do everything from a 2D space to a 3D space. And this, my friends, makes it a completely different ball game when we're talking about showcasing your business and your brand and really being able to just say, hey, you got that business card and I got my QR code that's going to lead people to my biz in a box. They're done with your business card. It's in the pocket. Yeah, we're done having a conversation. Whereas I'm having a conversation. Hey, here goes my QR code. Hey, what are you most on? You on LinkedIn? You on Facebook? What you on most? Oh, you on LinkedIn? Boom, I'm going to follow myself right there from your phone in my biz in a box. Hey, you know my stories in the metaverse? What? Yeah, hit this button right here. Boop. They hit the button. Boom. They see everything. Not only that, my friends, that when we all, right, regardless of what place we go into, we come into the Hello Plaza as I'm in now. Oh, I just saw Miss Marilyn stuff. Now I want to go over to Miss Astonishing Pearls. I'm having some issues with fatigue and need some mental wellness. So boom, I come over here, learn about her. This takes us back to the past when you used to go to the mall and you used to go get a CD, but you end up eating food with a shirt and some other stuff. This is where we get to go back, but now from your comfort of your couch. And this is the collaboration at its finest. And so I can talk till I'm dead in the face about this stuff, as you guys can tell. And this is why we encourage you guys to come and join us, more importantly, and come and discover, especially on Thursday, as we have Miss Crystal Bay's Rise of Crystal Phoenix book launch in the metaverse in our Hello Plaza, that she's going to have an abundance amount of people join us, and she's going to be able to do what she was only going to be able to do at Barnes & Noble. She's not going to have the experience, especially just doing a boring Zoom call that people show up to, and that ain't happening. To where now she gets to, we're going to have the campfire, we're going to add some other stuff into our Hello Plaza to really showcase this in a way. So we encourage you guys to come and join us as well on Thursday at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, which is now. So we've been on here for quite some time. This is the longest show ever for our How To Tuesdays. But does anybody else have anything they want to share or add on? Let's go.
Well, I just want to say thank you. First of all, both of you all, and again, everybody in the room. I learned a lot just sitting here listening. So I'm very, very grateful for that. You said we are so used to just going to other people's pages and just looking and not commenting. And you mentioned when you give, you get. And so, being the preacher that I am, I'm just going to bring it home through the scripture. He tells us that if you give, it'll be given unto you. Good measure, pressed down, shaken together, and running over, shall men give unto your bosom. So you're so right about it when we give. And that's something that I purposely do, go to people's pages when I like the content that I'm seeing. And I always comment and follow and share, because we are a community. And God loves community, and he put us together for purpose. So let us help each other to build right where we are. I'm sorry, one more time. Last thing I'm going to say, Nehemiah, he went to rebuild the walls of Jerusalem, and he told everybody when he got there, he said, build the house, build the place that's right in front of you. That means God has given all of us an area of expertise, whether you have the credentials or not. Your experience gives you that. And because we have that expertise, then we do a disservice to the world by not utilizing it, by not vocalizing it, by not bringing it forth. So I just want to thank you all. This has been very enlightening for me, very appreciative. And I got 2 books that I've written that I've barely sold, and I got 2 or 3 more in the works. So I got to be there on that book launch, because I want to see how that goes. But lastly, I am just really so grateful to be here, because you guys have really, you laid it down, and I'm going to say it this way: I'm picking up what you're laying down. Thank you so much. God bless you all.
Yes, ma'am. That indeed. We love it. We love it. We love it. Greatly appreciate you, pressing the button and coming here and listening to us and sharing, your wisdom. And you're so spot on. You got to give to get, and we forget that so often. I look, there's not too many of you in here that you could probably say, Miss Arlene and Mr. Jimmy down the Gemini. Hopefully I don't butcher that. That you haven't seen me go and blow up your page already from the Hello LLC or from our Hello Pivot. I can assure you of that. So, this is something that we lead by example, especially here on Clubhouse. If I see you guys, I'm going to go blow your page up if I haven't met you in your Instagram or your Twitter, right? That you haven't. So definitely make sure you guys put those links in there. If you guys do have a TikTok, you guys do have an actual YouTube, put it in the chat. I'm going to go back through there and make sure I go and follow all of those as well, because the one thing that I am seeing as we move in the future is that YouTube is definitely not going anywhere. YouTube is accepted in a lot of these worlds in metaverses, right? Because they allow the streaming service. So if you don't have a YouTube channel, I would highly encourage you to go start your YouTube channel, as you're seeing a lot of these larger entrepreneurs tell you, go get your YouTube channel. Do not be naive to say, oh, nobody's going to listen to my stuff. You need to go get yourself a YouTube channel. And if that is you, that's even more the reason why you probably should join our Pivot membership. You should learn more about our Biz in a Box, right? And definitely learn more about how you can get your business into our Hello Plaza storefront to pivot you into the future. Look who came in. Miss Kathy Thomas, I was just in your Hello Plaza store talking about your store. If you're available, ma'am, you can come on up here and share with us real quick what you're doing. Miss Kathy was on our Hello Pivot as well. We did her grand open. No, we got to schedule her grand opening, but she was on our Pivot. But Miss Kathy, I'm gonna put your Biz in a Box up here at the top. You want to share and introduce yourself, ma'am, and what you up to in the metaverse world?
Hello, everyone. Actually, I am working towards some time to schedule my storefront, as you said. I am attempting to build more with my Astonishing Pearls and putting more out there with what it's all about and how I came about with the Astonishing Pearls. As I mentioned so many times about the things my mom taught me as a little girl, and I found them to be pearls. And the biggest one was strength and spiritual truth, release emotional nonsense, going through healing. And I came up with that one day, just sitting down doodling, and it actually fits very well. So I'm in the midst of making t-shirts now, because everyone likes that slogan. And so I'm going to focus on that, and then focus on some more apparel. And as David Tara as we come up on my one-on-one this Thursday, I'm going to be open for more suggestions of more apparel, how I can do more. And I'm in the process of healing now from some medical issues, and I'm getting better and better every day. And I feel like I can do jumping jacks, but I won't. But everything is good. And so I'm interested in scheduling my storefront soon. And so thank you, David.
Yeah, you guys definitely go and check out Miss Kathy's Astonishing Pearls up at the top. Her amazing biz in a box. Out of all of ours, hers is definitely up there at the top with hers. If you guys haven't seen one of our biz in a box and you haven't clicked on any button, definitely go click on that one at the top, and you'll be like, what? And so here pretty soon, we're going to be having her grand opening in our Hello Plaza. Her store is already ready to rock and roll. We're working on her back office right now, especially as, Cleo talked about earlier. This replaces some of the tools that you're already using now. If you're listening to us now, later, or in the future, and you'll be like, metaverse, whatever. If you're using Zoom, I'm here to tell you, you should be using Metaverse. Zoom is old and outdated and scrubbish. We called it dusty and crusty is what we call it, right? And so people are accustomed to that. Cool, but it's easier, to get people into the Metaverse. No codes, no none of that. Just download the app. Here goes the link. See you in a bit. And you get to share your screen like Pivot members. I'm letting y'all know now, I'm going to be getting rid of Zoom. We're going to be moving straight into our new actual room or conference room that we're building out right now in the Metaverse. And so just buckle up, because as we continue to share with you guys, we are building for the future, but also now and helping people make that transition and that pivot. But other than that, anybody else got anything they want to share? Tara, last words over to you, love, if nobody got nothing to say.
Well, I just appreciate everybody for jumping in here. Thank you, Ms. Capitoria, for jumping in and joining our Pivot membership. We are excited for you to gain any and all knowledge. It is a plethora of videos, of how-to videos that we have created over the past 3 or 4 years of documenting more than that, some of that, but congrats and thank you. But everybody, thanks for being here. Tomorrow, we're going to have a great conversation. Same back channel, same back time, same Batmobile. We will be talking about mastering your emotions in business. And essentially, we will be talking about upfront contracting and understanding how your emotions and that play a part within business. And so that way we can decipher how we handle things. And let me tell you, when I learned the difference between this in corporate America, being a C-level executive, oh boy, it changed my life, because I no longer carried the drama with me that was not mine, and understood how to decipher that. And so tomorrow, I will be leading the charge. So if you want to come back and listen in, I would love to have you. And then Thursday, again, it is a different time, same bat channels, but to get in and actually experience it, drop into thehellollc.io. Again, thehellollc.io. I said that really fast. And per Jacob, I will move some buttons up to the top of that, so it'll be easy breezy peasy to jump right in and see that. And actually right now you can see there we already have we will have a button up there for crystals that'll say book launch. Sorry, I went brain dead there for a second while I was thinking and talking. Like my mom says, you can't do 2 things at once, my child. So you guys, we appreciate you being here. Thursday will be at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Correct, Mr. Jones?
Yes, correct.
Yes, 7 p.m. Eastern, 5 Mountain, 6 Central. I tell you guys, for those that started the conversation with us earlier today, Mexico doesn't honor daylight savings time, and so when you guys sprung forward during the winter, we're Central Time, and during the summer, we're Mountain Standard Time. So boy howdy, it is a good thing we have systems in place that make that actual change for you, because our calendar last year got all bugabooed when the calendar was not. It was like, hey, what happened? So again, guys, thanks for being here. And any last comments before we go ahead and bow out?
Yeah, I was just gonna tell Miss Wilson, I put my calendar as well for you joining our pivot, for you to book an appointment with us as well. Anybody that joins our pivot for the first time, they get a one-on-one with us. So book that calendar and let's get you rocking and rolling as well. But with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, as always, you know the drill. Love,
Kindness,
integrity,
but most importantly,
commitment. And until next time,
kids.
toodles. See you guys later.
Thanks for being here.
Bye for now.
I know.
Bye, Miss Capitoria.
Bye-bye.
Bye, Jay. Bye, Gemma. Bye, Arlene. Bye, everybody on LinkedIn. Thanks for
Bye,
being here, guys.
Joshua.